Everybody, welcome to Kiki Loves Nigeria. How y'all doing today? Today, we're going to talk about something a little different. Somebody that I never talk about. Somebody that I find who is very irrelevant to what I talk about. But this time, he has showed that he is relevant to what I talk about because he's trying, this person, which is AFRIDAMUS. Let me pull up his channel so we can see that. This person is all of a sudden trying to assert himself as some type of leader in our community, which is very disturbing. When I first saw that, my first reaction was, I was disturbed. And why I was disturbed was because this person doesn't even like us, So I'm like, you don't even like us. You don't even respect us. But now you're calling yourself the chief of the blacks, and you want us to invest with you, and you want to be our leader as if we need a leader. That's the first thing I was like, what? Well, what makes you think we need a leader? And number two, how do you just assert yourself over an entire ethnic group that you have no dealings with? You don't even have respect for that ethnic group. So that's what, black we I was watching her, and that's when I heard him say he was the chief of the blacks. And I swear to y'all, I just laughed. I said, what did he say? And you know, he said, I rewinded, it said he was the chief of the blacks. And I was like, oh, something's wrong here. Something's wrong here. This man doesn't care for us. So then I started watching, after I watched Black's video, I went and watched him. And I saw that this man really thinks he's trying to position himself to be some type of leader in this repatriation movement. He's trying to position himself to be some kind of lead investor in this repatriation movement. And he's trying to build this community that Invest Relocate Africa had started to build. Now he says, he's basically saying that Kwesi and Art failed at this. And now he can take over and he can build this community. And I kid y'all not, we're going to show y'all proof of this. It's called AFRIDAMUSVILLE, okay? And we're supposed to invest in this community. And he's going to take care of us. And he's basically going to lead us to freedom in Africa in this AFRIDAMUSVILLE, okay? This is the gist of what I'm getting from what he's saying. But the problem is that when you look through his channel, oh, shoot, let me introduce myself. Here I go again. For the people who don't know, because some new people join my show every week, my name is Kiki Loves Nigeria. And what I talk about on my show is anything and everything that will impact your repatriation journey to Africa, or even you visiting Africa, okay? I want you to go to Africa and I want you to have a good time. I want you to go there and meet people. I want you to discover new things, and I want you to discover yourself. Come in contact with who you are as a person. That's what I want you to go to Africa and do. Now, if you go to Africa the wrong way, that's not going to happen. If you go to Africa thinking you're going to Miami, that's not going to happen. And you're probably going to get hooked up with the wrong people. And something bad is more than likely going to happen to you. So that's why I do these videos. That's what my channel is about, to bring awareness to you on how to move successfully in Africa, how to move safely in Africa. I've been to Africa 12 times, Cameroon, Nigeria, and I've been to Gambia. Okay, so cute niece or whoever you are, I'm going to take you off in a minute. Okay, so now we're talking about, I want to bring awareness to this issue that this person is now who clearly doesn't have any respect for African Americans, Black Americans, okay? Now he wants to be the leader of Black Americans, okay? Now he's asserted himself. He didn't even ask us, okay? That's how I don't know what this man thinks. Seriously. That's why, I mean, he can't possibly know our history because nobody tells the Black American what to do, how to do it, and when to do it. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows these people are very hard to control. They control themselves. You can merely suggest to them, hope they buy into it, and hope they like it. Because if they don't, you're going to have HE double hockey sticks to pay for it. And that's the truth. And if you look through the history of the ethnic group called the Black American, that's what you're going to see. So this thinking you can just come in and assert yourself as a leader on us, over us, that's what I'm telling. That proves my point about this man, that AFRIDAMUS is not credible and he is not reliable. He is not credible and he's not reliable. And I'm going to show you that. And as a leader, I don't understand how you can lead if you don't have credibility and if you don't have reliability. How can you trust this man? So let's look through his channel. All right. So we're going to just look through his channel because see, his channel is going to tell us what? It's going to tell us his mental state. It's going to tell us what he thinks and what he feels about African Americans, Black Americans. All right. So let's look through here real quick because that's what I always do. I go down and I come back up. So let's go down and come back up. And this was startling. It was one insult after another insult on this channel to this group called the Black Americans. Okay. And I'm like, how can you talk about these people in the way that you talk about them? How can you present these people in the way that you present these people and then come to these same people and ask them for money? Ask them to build your house, ask them to build your community. But see, it's because of Black Acres, people, because we allow Black Acres to play us like that. So now everybody in this YouTube community think that Black Americans can be played like Boo Boo the Fool. All you got to do is mention going back to Africa and building a community, and they're going to buy into it, and they're going to give you their money. This is how many times have we seen this? It's all about our money. It's all about our money. It's not about us. It's not about us as a people. It's not about us as an ethnic group. It never is. It never is. It's always about our money. How can we get them dollars from them? The people you call dusty, the people you call the bottom of the barrel people, the people who have nothing, the people who've done nothing, but you steady trying to get them dollars. You steady trying to get them dollars. So here we go. He says right here, can Black Americans exist in African society? Okay. So right here, this tells me that this channel is going to be divisive. Okay. He's very divisive. Okay. Pan-Africans and the new race card. Okay. Culture of corruption in Africa. Okay. So let's see what else he says about Black Americans. Fake self-proclaimed Pan-Africanists, Black leaders. Okay. So this is just what I do to find out what's your mental state. What are you thinking and what are you feeling about these people? Let's talk about Black Sit. Okay, that's Black Sit. Let me see what else we can find about Black Americans since he wants to be the leader. Wow. Look at this video. This group he wants to be the leader of, he calls the Karens of the Gambia scams. Y'all can see that D word, delusions and arrogance. So he says these, well, I'm just going to say it because you know this video is going to be given a yellow sign anyway, because AFRIDAMUS's channel is full of slanderous, degrading, salacious remarks about this Black American ethnic group. This same group he's asking money for. Now this group, he made this video about these women. Now look at the name of this video. And this is the group he's asking money from.
Don't forget about me.
Oh, okay.
Hands down.
What? Okay.
Hands
do you want to talk?
Down.
No, I was wondering if you want to just start the first video.
No, I want to finish this so I can show them what I'm talking about.
They can't
So,
see it though.
oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry. Thank you for telling me.
I mean, they can see it, but not the writing is what it says. They can't see it.
Okay. Okay. So, what I want you guys to see is that this man has a history. Okay. He has a history of not respecting Black Americans. He has a history of that. Like this video, I'm going to click on it so you can see the title of it. Okay. Now, the title look of this one is Lizzo Got a Reality Check, but you should see the cover of it. You should see the thumbnail right here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but here it is. Look at the thumbnail of that. Anything to degrade these same people he's asking this money from. Look at this one. The Black American Jezebel lost her mind over a Nigerian. Looking for that. Look at that. This is what I want you to see. Okay, now remember, this is the person. Now look at this one. A loud, aggressive Black woman and her simping offsprings. Wow. Look at that. This is what I want you to see. This is the person who's asking you for money. This is how you check to see if somebody is credible and reliable. So we checked here, right? We see this person really doesn't care for Black Americans. No, he doesn't. All right. So you can just look through his channel quickly and you can see that. All right. So, Black, you can go ahead and go now.
No, you have to play the video first, remember?
Okay. So hold on, y'all. I want to play this video real quick. This is the video that I was telling you guys about. This is the video that he did in response to O'Shea Duke Jackson. He made a video about there's supposed to be some war between the Gambians and the Black Americans in the Gambia, but I've never seen of that war, and I haven't been aware of that war. So I was even shocked that there was a war, and I was shocked that this video was out, because the issues are not between Gambians and Black Americans. The issues are between Black Americans and Black Americans. That's the issue. So that just makes me think either people aren't listening to us or they're just making up stuff, because there's no issue with the Gambians. These issues are with our own people. So that's the first thing. Now, here is what he had to say. Oh, hold on. Y'all can't see this one. Hold on. This is when he made his response. All right. Okay, here we go. So this war that's going on between the Gambians and the Black Americans, I don't know anything about that. I haven't got any messages about that. I haven't got any nothing. Nobody has ever written me and said anything about that. So I don't know where these people are getting this information from. And they don't show us either. They don't tell us. They just make these statements.
I break videos down. In the last few streams, as you guys can see, I came and laid things out, gave you the story. So today, I'm going to break this video down that came from King Ganda channel, which is O'Shea's channel, and it would be a fair use video.
Oh, I'm sorry. I need to say that.
Timestamp is 2 hours.
2 hours?
Yeah.
You want me to go there?
Yeah, that's when he's gonna talk about being a chief after like 5 minutes.
Okay, so let me set the stage for that. So now he's talking about this video that Mr. Jackson put out about this war. Okay, so hold on.
Actually, that portion of the video is over. He's now talking about what he's been doing in the Gambia. Now he's talking about his view on what he wants to have done for his ranch and how he wants to be our chief. So that's where this is going now.
Waves still reside there in the Gambia. Mind you, these people are vested, they got lands, but it's not like communal. So I've met with some who, like they really their heart is in the right place. They just got misled, right? So you have a crew of those who they are still, like they're willing to pivot, they're willing to, make changes. And then you have the ones that are still holding on to, their old school mentality, whatever they are thinking. So yeah, they are there, and you have some that have left. But for the most part, a lot of these people are still there. But they don't know. Most of them, not all, but most of them don't know what they are doing. To be honest, the place is
Yeah.
so easy. It's so
What's
easy.
the what's
They
what
don't
what's the
know
bum
what to do.
rush? Sorry to cutting you off. I was gonna say, like, what's the bum rush about going to Gambia? There's other places they could have gone. Like, why
No,
not
no, the
going
thing
like in
is, in
Nigeria?
Gambia, the beauty they have not established to establish a market. The Gambia is truly a capitalist system. It's just like America. So I see
But
why
it's
these
the
people
smallest
create.
country in mainland Africa. Why
Yeah,
not go
but
to a bigger country that have they
no,
have a bigger economy like
but
Nigeria?
but,
Nigeria have the
but
largest economy in
Nigeria,
the country.
that's
Why
the
not go
thing.
there instead?
No, the smaller country is better because the
Oh,
laws are favorable. You can easily create business. Nigeria is a larger market. You know,
You have to let it play. It hasn't happened yet. Hello? Oh.
I'm sorry, my mic was muted. I wanted to explain to you guys. He's right about what he's saying right here, okay? That Gambia is a capitalistic country in Africa, okay? And Nigeria, not so much so, okay? So that's why a lot of people will choose Gambia over Nigeria because it's easier there. The laws are more favorable than they are to outsiders than they are to Nigeria. I'm sorry, you all thought my mic was on. I didn't know it was muted.
on a lot more different culture. So for a black Westerner, to be honest, like Gambia is not too vast, so it's easy to blend in once you understand these fundamentals that I'm laying here. Nigeria, yes, might be nice, but it's a different type of market, different approach. You see what I'm saying? So in Gambia, the things you got to deal with, for example, let's say Ghana or some parts of Nigeria where the chiefs they are the custodians of the land, where they can come up with their taboos and all that and get the land from you. You don't have to worry about that in Gambia. Gambia is strictly like British. It's like white people land. It's white people law that is happening. So it's like America, the people own the land. Does that make sense?
well, are you guys still going to dub the Gambia the Smiling Coast? Coast, like with all this drama that's going on every now
Yes,
and
it is.
then.
Yeah, it is. It is still. It is. I would still call it the smiling coast. Some of the smiles are
It looks to me
genuine.
like the sad face. It looks to me like the sad coast.
No, you would encounter that too, but
Hmm.
the smiling coast is still a reality. It's still a true thing. Because some people, it's a mixture. There is some who are very open, but let's not forget anything good. It's not just going to come like that. There's going to be obstacles. There's going to be devils that want to stop you.
That's good.
But are you going to
Well,
let
well,
them?
one more question before I let my other brother speak is, let's talk about AFRIDAMUSVILLE. Is
Yes.
AFRIDAMUSVILLE going to be like a Wakanda, or is it going to be like Wagadu 2.0? Can you talk on?
Look,
Can you
look,
explain that
yeah,
briefly?
yeah. With Afridamusville, it's a combination of both Wakanda and Ouagadougou. You see, and
Mm.
like I give it less than a 5 year.
So this is supposed to be his for real city, okay? This is not a joke. Even though this guy laughed, This is not a joke. This is supposed to be his for real city, and this is the city we're supposed to fund.
A plan where, where people would be able to see a Western style ranch, the comfort, like you'll be able to directly travel to the Gambia, and all the obstacles that I've been through. You can literally be a first time traveler. You just go online and see, okay, I can go to AFRIDAMUSVILLE and get information and be in a familiar territory where I can be sent to the right places. So yeah, AFRIDAMUSVILLE, it's a combination of both Ouagadougou and Wakanda.
So is it strictly going to be for locals, for local Gambian, or is it gonna be for WePats?
It's both. It's both. But even around me, a lot of the people that own the landowners are.
That's the same plan that Invest Relocate. That's the same model Invest Relocate Africa had. So basically, he's recreating exactly what Invest Relocate Africa was doing, and now he's calling it this AFRIDAMUSVILLE. Oh, and this was fair use also. I'm sorry, I forgot to say that, for educational purposes, because I want you to know what these people are planning to do.
From America. So, at the end of the day, it comes down to ownership, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so people own the land, and I'm, that's why I'm talking to brothers here online, because a lot of the people around me, surrounding me, that own the land are from America. So it's mostly Americans that own the lands. So this is what would even make it possible to have AFRIDAMUSVILLE, because over there I've already been given the title. It's called Badala Alcalo. I'm the mayor over there, because I'm the one that like laid the first stone.
Yeah, the dude even laughed. This is how comical this is. This dude
I'm
is
gonna go.
laughing. Excuse me?
I'll check you out later.
Okay. This dude is even laughing. Okay. This dude is even laughing.
And I understand the language. So basically I can be, the chief of the blacks over there, which, like, for me, like, I'm sure there's going to be some people who would want to be opposed to it, but you have to ask yourself, what are you opposing here? Because would you rather deal with someone that's going to be shady with you, or you rather deal with me, AFRIDAMUS, as the mayor, where I'm going to give you the raw truth, like,
All right, let's
it's
stop
nothing
right there.
fake. You're going to get.
He said, do we want to deal with him, somebody we know we're going to get the truth from, or somebody shady? AFRIDAMUS is the most shadiest person there is. So I am about to prove it, because Black had to go. So I'm going to have to prove it. All right, so let's go. Let me stop sharing that and go back over here. So Lisa says, we as Black people can be our own worst enemies. We just will not get out of our own way. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much what happens. Okay. We get in our own way, and we stand in our own way, and we refuse to move. So that's pretty much it. But remember, he said he has the skills to do this job, right? To lead us. He said he's not shady, and he speaks the truth, right? So let's go look and see. Let's see, we done that one. So let's look at this one. Okay. Let me pull this one up. This is another video from AFRIDAMUS. We're just going to look at these videos. He said he's not shady, and he speaks the truth. He said all of that. So let's see. All right. So on here, this one is about, this is this one is how I'm going to prove to you guys that this dude is shady, and that this dude is a liar, and that this dude just makes up stories. He just makes up whatever he thinks will fit. Okay. What it's like, he makes up stuff and he throws it on the wall to see if it's going to stick. He does absolutely no research. Now, this video was about me, and this video was done This video was done in July, I believe. Yeah, this video was done July 16th, 2022. Okay. Remember those dates because that's crucial to his credibility. He said he made this video on July 16th, 2022. Okay. Now listen to this video.
That's what it is. So amongst, so far what I've seen, the Bag family.
He's talking about what's going on in our community in the Gambia. Okay. Now, remember, he said he's truthful and he said he's not shady and we can trust him and we can believe everything he says.
The Bag family. Say what you want about the Bag family. But you see, go look at their latest videos. The Bag family are sitting on a huge piece of land. You guys remember the Negropean was making fun of them, saying nothing can grow on their land, blah, blah, blah. In fact, when I went to Gambia, a couple of months ago, I visited the area where the Bag family have their land at. I visited it. MS Delta, thank you for the $20 super chat. He said, if you are going to Africa for business, just say so. Keep it real. MS Delta, you are absolutely correct. Because the reason is when you try to lie to people.
He talks too much. Hold on, y'all. Let me speed this up. I don't want to hear all of that.
Okay. The Gambian economy is based off of agriculture. But the government being in the business of agriculture is making the country poor because guess what? They are taking loans from the IMF. So when the farmers grow the crop and they collect it and try to sell it, the IMF is like, hey, you got to pay. But people like the Bag family, the way they are operating, they're going to become, don't be surprised if they become wealthy.
Okay, let's stop right there. This dude said he was credible, right? He said he tells the truth. The Black Acres of the Gambia just told us in their video that they took their crops to the Serekunda market, and Serekunda told them they have 3 types of crops. They have, I think, 3 or 2. They have levels, all right? They have the first round, the top crops that are the best, and they get the highest price. And then you got the second round of crops who get a lower price. Black Acres was offered such a low price because the Serekunda market in the Gambia told them those crops were substandard. Now, this man is coming on here in 2022. Now, y'all know in 2022, they didn't have no crops. What they had, they wasn't even selling them then. So, this whole statement is a lie. They weren't even selling them then. They were barely, what was they having then? Tomatoes. And remember, I've been out to bag Black Acres of the Gambia also. I know what Black Acres of the Gambia looks like. It's nothing, but y'all see it. Everything looks dead. Everything looks dead. So let's continue. Again, this is a lie, but he's presenting it to us like it is the truth. Now, if we didn't know anything about Black Acres of the Gambia, we would believe this man. We would believe this person. That's why people like this on YouTube, this YouTube thing is very dangerous because we tend to just believe people without researching them. We believe everything they say. And then we find out later on, oh, it was all a lie.
Sector that the country's economy is based off of. So they are operating as capitalists. Now their crops are greening up. So they are very much vested in that system. Then you come to other people, they just want to have homes and peace of mind. This is the truth. But you have to learn about the culture of the place. This is very important. When you go to Rome, do as Romans do. Don't show your face to Africa broke. I'm just coming from a place of love. Oh, if you want to run Airbnbs, you can buy compounds and build it up. You don't have to be a citizen. I don't believe the Bag family, they are citizens of the Gambia. But the Bag family's name came up.
But look who he's talking about, y'all. The people who scammed us the most. Look who he's putting as leaders, as examples for this repatriation movement. The Black Acres of the Gambia who scammed us out of all that money, who did that illegal raffle. Let's start with that. Let's just start with that. That is an illegal raffle, people. That raffle is illegal, okay? That raffle they had where they collected that money, you can't do that. Now, what happened? They took that money, they invested that money, they told us they were going to build a community. They didn't build a community. They built no community for us. They didn't build any housing for us. They didn't build any restaurants for us. They built their home. They built that house. They built that house on leased land. That's what they did with that money. But to him, this man he knows so little about us, but he wants to be our leader. But he knows so little about us that he's putting out the very people who scammed us. Because you know what he's letting you know? There's another one coming. Because see, whoever you follow, that's what you do. So whoever these people talk about, that they're who they, the people that they follow, the people that they look up to, watch those people, because these people will do exactly what those people do that they follow. All right. So he's putting out these scammers because this is exactly what he wants to do to us. Exactly what Black Acres has done. Collect all this money from us. Tell us they're building a community when in all actuality, they're building nothing. They're building absolutely nothing. All right, so let's finish this one.
One of the people who are instigating drama underneath. I don't want to believe that. You know why? You know why I don't want to believe that? Because if you look at the back, they have a lot more to lose than most people. They are sitting.
He just said that he heard that they're one of the people instigating drama. I showed you receipts where Cynthia Usamburo, the Black Acres of the Gambia lady, was in a private Facebook Messenger session with the Dusty Divas, telling them what she was going to do to Kwesi when she sees him. And it was all physical altercation stuff. It was all assault. It was not, no, talk to him, get your data together, find out what's going on. Have you talked to him? No, we haven't talked to him. No, we haven't done any of that. No, we haven't done any of that. She didn't say any of that. She didn't try to calm the situation. No, she fanned the fire. She fanned the fire. And he's saying he's heard about these instigators, but he refuses to believe it. You see what I mean? He refuses to believe it. That's why he's pushing these people as our leaders. That's why he thinks he can just jump in as a leader. Because for some reason, he thinks we just believe anything and everything.
Huge piece of land, growing crops. So the future is bright. You have to put 2 and 2 together. You have to put 2 and 2 together. But then again, you never know, right? That's why I want Kwesi to come up here and clear things up. But before we go into Kwesi's video that he did about talking about xenophobia, today I'm not going to play the White History Month anthem. Sorry, white people, because this is today talking about Black people strictly 100%. So I cannot play the White History Month thing. I cannot upset.
Yeah, he's just silly.
MS Delta, thank you for another $20 super chat. He said the World Bank and International.
So what I want to show you is this stuff he's saying about me, which is just completely false.
But if you still think
it was just completely false, it didn't even make common sense, Okay, let's see. Let me go back. Let me go back to the beginning. Okay. All right.
But the truth of the matter is, all this drama here, we heard about scamming. In fact, even witchcraft is being discussed. People are threatening each other with witchcraft. You don't believe me? Let me show you. There's a lady named Kiki Loves Nigeria. She's so much into Gambia stuff. But this woman made a video where she talks about putting witchcraft on the Bag family. Watch this.
Everybody, welcome to Kiki Loves Nigeria. How you guys doing today?
Now, did you hear what he said? Let's stop right there. He said, I am trying to put witchcraft on the Bag family. Can y'all believe he said that? That's not what was going on. That's not what was going on in that video. That is not what's happening in that video. That is not what is happening in that video. But he said this is what's going on in this video. No, it is not. It is not what's going on in the video.
I'm doing just fine. I am cooking dinner.
So for the people who don't know, because I'm going to go past that till he stopped, because this is when I found out that Black Acres was trying to put a big old juju spell on me. Okay. So he's saying that, hold on. He's saying
a year ago. Now,
Let me go back.
Are you getting
about this? It's because you can tell Rick and Cynthia don't know the first thing about witchcraft. They don't know the first thing about juju. They don't know the first thing about magic.
so I don't know what's going like this.
He said, I don't know what's going on. You heard him say, I don't know what's going on. You heard him say that, right? Because he don't. So why are you talking about it if you don't know what's going on? Why are you talking about it?
Juju magic stuff. This is crazy. Even Gambian people, most don't even, they don't operate this way anymore. This is ancient beliefs. I'm pretty sure some people are still going deep into this. But now you want to go and get yourself involved in this type of spiritual warfare that you don't know anything about. Now you want to.
Now he says, I don't know anything about spiritual warfare or spirituality. So he that means he absolutely knows nothing about me. Because everybody who knows something about me know that I've studied. Not only have I studied this, I grew up and was taught this. So he doesn't know that, but he's putting it out here that I don't know anything. He's putting it out here as truth. That's how I know this man is a liar, because he lied on me.
To play with fire. So you can play the Pan-African, little games and think, oh yeah.
And I'm not even a Pan-African. He's putting it out here that I'm a Pan-African. I'm playing Pan-African games. To play the Pan-African game, you got to be a Pan-African. I'm not even that. But he's putting it out here like it's the truth.
But now when you trying to enter the territory of the, juju and all that spiritual stuff, now it's getting crazier. Okay. There's things there the Africans, they call corte. This is some deep, dark magic stuff that they use to murder one another. Just FYI.
Did y'all hear that? I thought he said he didn't know anything about it. I thought he just said, see, this is what I'm saying. This man is not credible. This man is not reliable. He just told y'all that there was nothing like that there. He don't know anything about it. But then he tells you right here that there's some deep, dark part of magic, okay, in Gambia that's very dangerous. And he tells you about that. Okay. I thought he didn't know anything about that. Told you he's a liar.
Because if they did, they would never mess with someone like me. They wouldn't do that, okay? Because they would know the repercussions. Because look at all the people I've talked about on my channel. Look what happened to them. Look at their views. Look at their channel. Look at what happened to them. So that should show you that there's a higher power on my side. There's a higher power that stands with me. There's a higher power that speaks through me.
Okay. If y'all want to hear Kiki talk, y'all gonna have to go on her channel. Cause oh, this is her channel. But we ain't talking about that in this video. No. Okay.
Middle of America.
Wait, let me go back. I want y'all to hear what he's saying.
On the safe, nice countries, Gambia and.
She don't even believe in God, y'all. That's how you know she don't know what she's doing. She says she worships her ancestors. Who are your ancestors, lady? Do you even know who your ancestors are? How can you have ancestors and you don't even have a higher power? You don't even have God. What are y'all talking about? Y'all don't even know what y'all talking about. But you messed up when you thought you was gonna curse me. You messed up. Because let me tell you what you did, Cynthia. What you did, cursed yourself. That's what you did when you thought you cursed me. Because my ancestors ride and die for me every day.
Okay, Kiki.
You did that.
Okay, Kiki.
So many different people. And also, I heard him speak about how he was accused by an investor, which is Tete, Travel with Tete. Welcome, she's in the chat here. Also was accusing Kwesi about, taking her money that was meant for the investment. But Kwesi has been denying this. He's been on the show, he's talked about it, and he said the Gambian authorities have cleared his name. But I'll play his video where he's talking about xenophobia. So you guys can have to come over here and answer that question. This is a very relevant question, that you are asking. But you know what? Let me continue her witchcraft repellent story, because she's letting Cynthia, you guys know the sweet, juicy mama lady, Rick's wife. So that's who she is, throwing this curse at. But if Kiki loves Nigeria.
Throwing what curse, people? You see what I mean? Got me all painted all kind of wrong. All shades of gray. He's got me painted, twisted all upside down because he don't know what's going on, because I'm a Black American lady and he doesn't need to take the time to find out what's going on. He can just pretty much look at me and assume he knows what's going on because I'm a Black American lady. So, we're all the same. We all think the same. We all act the same. It is what it is.
Nigeria, because she said she loves Nigeria. If she knows so much and so much powerful, Why is she avoiding Nigeria? That's why we need all the spiritual.
Again, he's not a credible and reliable source. If he would have just took the time to look through my channel, he would have saw why I call myself Kiki Loves Nigeria. He would know, oh, this lady's been to Nigeria also. Oh, this lady has DNA that says her ancestors lived in modern day Nigeria. Oh, this is why she calls herself Kiki Loves Nigeria. She has been to Nigeria. She's been to Cameroon. Oh, she wants to go to all the countries that she studied while she was in school. Oh, she has degrees about West Africa. Oh, her concentration is the transatlantic slave trade. Oh, that's how she knows all of this. Oh, that's why she goes to Africa like this. If he would have took the time just to look through my channel, he would know that. Just to go on my channel, the first video on my channel, the little trader thing, is about Nigeria. So how can you be an honest source? How can you not be shady? How can you be truthful when you're just sitting here lying on me? You're just sitting here lying on me. This was 2 years ago. Sitting here lying on me.
He alerted Black people to go to Nigeria. Go test it out there. When you succeed, then you can go to Gambia or Ghana. This is what the test should be from now on. But let's let us tell us how she put curse on Cynthia instead of Cynthia putting it on her.
It's gonna come back on her even harder.
Again, that is not what happened. But again, see how he puts lies out there as truth.
Everything. Make a video and make sure you tell her that.
All right, let me go past that.
I'm making a video, Cynthia.
All right, I think that's it.
Since then, like I said, go watch their videos. Their farm is green. Like they've grown.
Yeah, please go watch their videos and see if that daggone farm is green. Please. Oh, I want y'all to hear what he said. This was a year ago.
When you succeed, then you can go to Gambia or Ghana. This is what the test should be from now on. But let's let us tell us how she put curse on Cynthia instead of Cynthia putting it on her. His spiritual ancestors failed her. Like I said, the video was made a year ago.
Right there. That's a whole lie. He said the video was made a year ago. This video was made, I told you, July 16th. That's all I want y'all to see from this video. Okay. So let's go down. And I'm going to show y'all. He said this video right here was made a year ago. Remember, this video he made was made on July 16th, 2022. All right. So let me show y'all something real quick. Let me show y'all this, since I want to show you how much of a liar this person is and how he just makes things up, just to whatever story he wants to tell, whatever story he wants to fabricate to us or to his whoever watches him, because I can't believe Black Americans watch this guy. So whoever he wants to make up these fabricated stories to, this is what he tells them. All right, so I want to find this clip and show you guys exactly when this video was done. This video, this is just such a lie. He didn't even take the time to look. He could have just looked down, went to my channel, looked at the video and saw the date, but he didn't bother to do that. He didn't bother to do that. So he just put out a lie that my ancestors failed me and all this crazy stuff, that I've been trying to put a curse on them for a year, which was all just a big old fat lie. Because let me tell you, this video, I'll have to show y'all the date on the video. I'm going to show you the date on this video. Let me go to my screen. I'm going to share the screen with you because, see, I'm going to give you receipts. I'm not going to sit here and just talk your head off and not show you nothing. I'm not going to do that like he does. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to show you. He said I made that video a year ago, right? Well, let's look at the videos and see. When did she actually make that video, AFRIDAMUS? No, you didn't take the time to look to see when I made. Oh, that was a live video. Yeah, you didn't take the time to look to see. So you don't know. If you would have just came on my channel and just done like this and said, oh, what is this lady all about? Let me just check her out. But oh no, She's a black woman. She don't deserve that. She ain't about nothing. I know what she about. Nothing. She hasn't went to any school. She hasn't done anything productive with her whole life. You know, every stereotype known to man, he wants to put that on me. Was calling me Shaquisha, Shaquana, some old crazy name. He was calling me some old crazy name. Well, I think I passed it. Some old stereotypical name, you know, that he thinks that black women should have. And I'm like, this man has clearly got some problems with black women. And I'm just like, oh yeah, hold on. Where is this video at? I'm like, he clearly got some look, I got so many videos on here. I don't know where it is now. He clearly got some problems with black American women. That's why I don't watch him. You know, that's why I don't watch him. So when Black had mentioned this to me, I was like, I really didn't want to do this because I don't watch AFRIDAMUS. And AFRIDAMUS to me is very ignorant. And I don't argue with ignorant people. You know, it's pointless to me to argue with somebody who's ignorant, who doesn't have any facts. What are we going to sit up and do? You know, here it is. Oh, it wasn't alive. You know, what are we going to do? Just sit up and just go back and forth? I don't go back and forth with people. This video was made June the 1st, 2022. His video was made, 14 days after mine. He didn't even know. He didn't even take the time to look. So that was a lie. All right. That's what I wanted to show you. That was a total lie. Okay. So he starts off lying. That's what I want y'all to see. He doesn't have any credibility. He doesn't have anything. All right, now I want to show y'all something else. AFRIDAMUS is going to attempt to scam us. Yes, he is. Bag, I believe he is yes. Yes, that's what he's trying to do. That's what that whole video was about, scamming us. That's exactly what the video was about. Lisa says, oh, AFRIDAMUS forgot to mention that the bag attempting to put a curse. Yes. See, that's what I'm saying. They tried to put the curse on Kiki first. AFRIDAMUS is showing he is dangerous in the way he is choosing to convey the information. Thank you, Lisa. That's the only reason why I agreed to talk about AFRIDAMUS, because I said this man is dangerous. That's why I wanted you to look through his channel, because you don't have to say Kiki said it. You can look through the channel and see this man has no respect for us. None. He degrades us. I can tell you 100% for sure. He does not get paid a dime for that YouTube channel. YouTube will not pay you for that type of behavior. You cannot talk about people like that. You cannot put people down like that. He has this one thumbnail on there where he's talking about Black Americans, and it is the most degrading thing I've ever seen in my life. But you know what this reflects to me? That this man has very low self-esteem. Very low self-esteem, because people with very low self-esteem who don't love themselves, they try to project that on other people. Okay. He's trying so desperately to project that I don't love myself on us, because in spite of everything we've been through, we've managed to love ourselves. And that's what people do not like about the Black American. I'm telling you, that's what they don't like. Their resilience, because they're resilient and they don't like that. He said in this one video, I'm going to play it. I could not believe he said this. And this shows you what type of man he is. And like I was saying to Black, I was telling her that I don't know African men who behave like AFRIDAMUS. That's why I don't respond to AFRIDAMUS, because AFRIDAMUS is not a mature African man, because mature African men do not behave like this. Mature African men don't make video after video degrading Black American women. They don't do degrading any type of woman. They're not going to do that. They're not going to come on social media and just act like clowns. Have all these people on here saying outlandish things like AFRIDAMUSVILLE, and I'm going to get the Blacks to build it, and I'm going to be chief of the Blacks. A real African man, they don't talk like that. They don't walk like AFRIDAMUS. They don't move like AFRIDAMUS. AFRIDAMUS, and I'm not trying to be funny, he comes from the lower class Africans. Y'all got to remember, I don't know why y'all don't think Africans have classes. There's a class system there, and it's more like a caste system. That's what I would call it, a caste system, more than it is a class system. And a caste system is one that you're born into. That's what goes on over there. Now, this man is clearly born to the lower caste, and you can tell by his mannerism, people, his mannerism, the way he behaves, his character, all of that will tell you where this African man comes from. That will tell you everything about this African man. But y'all, we don't know how to read them like that. And that's what you got to learn how to do. That's what you got to learn how to do. Because just like my friends tell me, the trick is we don't know about your people. We can't tell what class your people are from, because in America, all Black Americans have access to money. So they can all buy really nice clothes. They can all have a nice car. They can all have really nice things. So it's hard to tell in America about Americans, who's who and who's what, but not in Africa. You can clearly tell who has money and who does not. So this man grew up with a lot of bitterness in his heart. So I would bet you anything that this man grew up in the lower caste system in Africa. And this is why this man has so much hatred in his heart. His heart is full of hatred, because look how he projects it on us. We haven't done a thing to him, not one single thing. But this man sits up and talks about us from sun up to, this man talked about me, called me everything but a child of God. And everything he said about me was a lie. Everything he said about me was a lie. And all he had to do was go look through my channel, and he would have known the truth. But the truth doesn't matter. That's why you cannot trust this man. That's why this man is dangerous. This CJG says this boy is delusional. He really doesn't know us, because he thinks he can and that's what I said. He doesn't know our history. He doesn't know anything about us, because for him to think he can just come on here and just tell us he's going to be the chief of the Blacks and we're going to send money to his city. That's why he's promoting AKON, people. That's why he's using AKON so tough, because you know who else thought we were going to do that? You know who else thought we were going to build a city for them? AKON. That's people. You got to follow what these people are saying. Now, let's go through these these comments, and then we're going to look closer at what else he's saying, at these people that he followed. The Happy Companion, all of his channels, I know. Yes, that's what he does. Lost a lot of respect for this. Yeah, because I don't even know how he could do. He said in one video that Black was telling me, she heard him say that he said for president, AFRIDAMUS for president. Yeah, he did. On one of the videos, he said AFRIDAMUS for president. Can you believe that? That he was going to be the president of this little community. And you hear him say, when the dude was laughing, the dude said, this community is going to be for repats and the locals. That's nothing but Invest, Relocate Africa. That's all that is. He just stole these people's ideal, and he's trying to think we're stupid enough to just go with it and believe he created this. He's not even smart enough, people. Unfortunately, he's not even intelligent enough to come up with something new. He's trying to ride with something old. You are welcome, Kiki. Thanks for thank you. Thank you for listening. AFRIDAMUS he does not like Black Americans. Everyone knows that. So then he comes up with this, y'all. So now I showed you the lies he said about me. Now he's talking about AKON. Now I want you to hear this video that O'Shea Duke Jackson did and his responses to this. This is when I knew this man was really jealous of the ethnic group, the Black Americans. He wants to be one of the he wants to be a Black American so bad he can't even take it. He cannot even take it. Okay, all right, here we go, y'all. Let me put this on here. Now listen to how he talks about O'Shea Duke Jackson. Listen to what he says. I'm just like, wow, your horns are showing, dude. You can see how much you don't like us. You can clearly see how much you can't stand us, but you want those dollars. And you think we're going to give them to you. I don't think he thinks that, y'all. He can't possibly think that. But let's check this video out and see some behavior I want y'all to see. Okay.
Get go. He said, brother AKON. Clearly, it's not his brother. He doesn't consider him a brother. Right off the bat, he said he doesn't like his singing. So,
let's go back because this is so silly. He gets mad at O'Shea Duke Jackson because he's telling
AKON is
okay.
You know, I don't like the brother singing.
So he called. The con started from the get-go. He said, brother AKON. Clearly, it's not his brother. He doesn't consider him a brother. Right off the bat, he said he doesn't like his singing. So, you know, he's biased right off the gate. Right off the gate. And the bias is simply based on him being African, straight up. You guys remember even Rene Marcos from the Gambia. When Rene Marcos stood up against the bullying that they were trying to bully her over there in the Gambia. When she said absolutely not, no.
Now, I don't remember. Now, if I'm wrong, y'all remind me. But I don't recall anybody trying to bully Rene Marcus in the Gambia. I don't recall that. I remember Rene Marcus making videos about passing a petition around to get Art Kathy out of the Gambia because she was being disrespectful to the people there. Now, I don't ever remember Rene Marcus being bullied. Now, if y'all remember that, please let me know. If I'm wrong about that, somebody please let me know.
To automatic citizenship, O'Shea, you know, and a couple of them, they all got together. And when Art Kathy was spewing all that stuff about Gambia, he agreed with every single one of it. I mean, I've just been paying attention. The guy, there's not a single opportunity that goes by.
Now look how he's dressed. He's presenting himself like someone of stature, someone important. He has on his chief hat, this red cap, y'all. That's a chief hat. So he wants you to know he's a chief. You know, I don't know what this little bone is he got around his neck, but he's dressing completely different. He usually have his little Panda Bear hustle shirt on. You know, the little hustle shirt look like you get from the Chinese shop at the corner store. He usually have that on, but he don't have that on. Notice he's trying to dress differently because he's trying to position himself like he's somebody of importance. But I'm telling you, African men who are important, African men who are educated, African men who are doctors and lawyers and Indian chiefs, they are not on YouTube. They are not performing like this man is performing. They do not degrade, make a whole series after series after series degrading Black women. They do not do that. They do not do what this man is doing. I'm telling you, this is somebody who grew up in a very hard life, a very hard life. And if he didn't grow up in a hard life, he grew up in a life where he got no love. And I'm telling you, because how do you know, Kiki? Because my background is student development. And that's what you do in student development, okay? You get cases. Students are cases. And you get their history. And these are adults. This is when I was at the university. And you get their cases. And you study, you find out that this student did that, blah, blah, blah. It's like you get a case history of this person. And what you have to do, you have to design an academic program or some kind of enrichment program to help this student get on the right path. So you gotta be able to spot what is wrong with this student. You got to be able to tell, okay, this student is having this type of issue. Because once you know the issue, you know how to address the issue. So that's why I know how to do that. So what I'm saying is, and again, this is my opinion. I'm not a doctor. This is just my opinion from what I'm seeing. That in people who talk about other people, who degrade people. He not only does he talk about Black people, he degrades them. He tries to dehumanize us. Look through his channel and look how the thumbnails, how he tries to dehumanize us.
You know, if he has something to throw dust at Africans, he never let that opportunity go by. But here we go.
I think AKON is trash, right? I'm gonna be real. I never liked him. He's nothing like the talent. He's an auto-tune kind of guy. He has hits, but there's a lot of guys that got Blueface got hits, and Blueface is terrible. And I'm gonna keep saying it. AKON is trash, right? That's just how I feel about his music. It's terrible, but I like the brother. Okay,
guys. You guys know straight up he is lying right off the bat. He said AKON is trash. Are you kidding me? This guy literally. These guys are straight haters. Have you noticed that? This is why God will never bless this group of people.
Now, this is what I could not believe, because we grew up on people who could really sing. Like, we grew up with the Motown sound. Okay. So we're used to singing. This new group of singers, even our singers don't sing anymore. Whitney Houston was probably the last real singer. So we don't even have real singers anymore. So we know real singers to us. So because O'Shea Duke Jackson feels like, this dude uses, and he does, he uses auto-tune. His voice is it's not a natural voice. It's a computerized voice. O'Shea Duke Jackson is saying this is not real singing. So because of this, he's saying he doesn't like this. Now this is when you call somebody trying to curse a whole generation. Listen to what he says about us after that statement.
It will never happen again until you change your mindset and your heart. You cannot keep wishing ill and evil upon other people without you being the recipient of it.
So saying, I don't like the music, in his mind, listen to how he twists the truth. He does not tell you the truth. He twists the truth. He twists the truth. He didn't say that. He didn't say any of that. He said, I don't like his music. That's it. I don't like his music, but I think he's a nice dude. I think he's a nice dude. But I don't like his music. I don't think he can sing. I never did. I thought he sounded like a chipmunk. Does that mean I want to curse the Senegal? No. I love Senegal. I can't wait to go to Senegal. They have the best African food ever. The women are pretty. They dress nice. They're really nice, respectable ladies. I cannot wait to go to Senegal. But do I like AKON's music? No, I don't. But this is how simplistic his mind works. He wants to curse all the Black Americans.
You wish ill upon white people. You wish ill upon Chinese. You wish ill upon Africans. You wish ill upon everybody. You think you're superior to everybody?
I'm sorry.
He who thinks he's superior shall be below everyone. Because they like to quote the scriptures, right? The scripture, it is from the scriptures.
Now, this is coming from the man who wants to, you heard him say at the beginning of this show that he wants to be the chief of the Blacks. Did you hear what he just said about us? Did you hear what he just said about us? And we don't curse anybody, because we Black people believe, that ethnic group, Black Americans, they believe in God too much. They too scared of God. They don't play with witchcraft. They don't play with, now these new people, that's completely different. But this ethnic group, the African American, the Black American, no, they don't do that. They believe in God. There is a sect of them that will participate in that. But by and large, no, sir, not them. And even the ones who participate in it, they know they got to pay. They know they got to pay. They know in the end, they got to pay. But does he say that? No. No, he talking about we don't go around. I've never heard the Black Americans going around cursing anybody. Never.
When you think you're superior, you are below everyone.
No, and they think we're superior. He
Because
thinks
you would continue to.
he thinks we're superior, people. You know how I know he thinks we're superior? He spends so much time trying to bring us down. If he did not believe we were superior, he would spend no time bringing us down. He pays too much attention to us. If what he was saying, if he believed what he was saying, he would not talk about us the way he does. He got all kind of thumbnails insulting us, all kind of videos trying to degrade the Black American, all kind.
Suffer because there's so much hate in your heart. The people that you think are below you are in fact above you. That's why you would continue to be upset, because their blessings is what you're trying to belittle. But deep down, it's hurting you. It's hurting you. But let's allow O'Shea to tell you how he feels about AKON.
Senegalese brother. He loves Black people. All right, he's doing some great things on the continent. He's a Pan-African, right? But now, the reason why things like the Africa Free Trade Agreement doesn't work, why we have, stupid beefs between the Nigerian American community and the African American community or Jamaican.
So, you notice, he's not saying anything that makes sense. Oh, the reason why the beef, the African Free Trade Agreement, what does this have to do with the Blacks?
Now, he said, what does the African Free Trade Agreement have to do with the Blacks? Think about, this is how ignorant this is why I don't respond to this man. That's why I didn't respond to that video. Only reason I'm talking about him now is because for Black wanted me to. But I would never talk about AFRIDAMUS. AFRIDAMUS is ignorant. He doesn't even know what the African Free Trade Agreement has to do with Black Americans. Because we invest. You want us to invest our money there. We need to know what's going on with Africa and trade. We need to know that. We need to know, are we going to be able to trade freely when we invest there? But he doesn't know that, people. This man is very ignorant. Very ignorant. And that is one thing I do not do. I do not trade words with ignorant people because it's not going to be a fair fight. This is just like going to the playground, beating up on a kid. That's what this is like. That's what this is like. This is ridiculous. This is right here in your face. This man knows nothing. He actually said, what does the African Free Trade Agreement have to do with anything but with Black Americans? But he wants us to invest in Africa, but he doesn't want us to know about the Free Trade Agreement.
Absolutely nothing. What does the African Free Trade have to do with entertainment? Nothing.
Yes, it does. Let me explain to y'all what the African Free Trade, before we got to stop right there. I got to show you, because you got to know what it is before and how important it is. And that's going to show you how ignorant this man is. Okay. So let me pull this up. This is I just can't believe this. So let me stop showing that one. And I want to show you what the African Free Trade Agreement is, because he thinks that has nothing to do with us. African free trade has nothing to do with us. So why do Black Americans need to know about that? So African free trade is when, let me pull this down. In recent years, African leaders have shown renewed push for renewal integration by signing agreement for African continental free trade areas. So that, okay, let me read it. So it says the AFCFTA has the potential, listen, to transform regional trade, thereby lift growth and support livelihoods across the continent. So the goal of this free trade is to lift the growth of the people and to support the livelihoods across Africa. So he's basically saying, what does that have to do with Blacks? What does that have to do with Blacks? Why is O'Shea Duke Jackson bringing up a policy? You see how ignorant this man is? You see how ignorant this man is. But you want us to invest in your AFRIDAMUSVILLE. Remember that, people. That's what this is all about. Because he's the chief. He wants to be the chief of the Black people. So let's go back to where he is so we can show. I want you to finish seeing this video.
We're talking about entertainment. So he veers off to, oh, the Nigerian beef between blacks and Nigerians. See, for the blacks, for them to feel relevant, they have to create beefs between them and other people. Just like white people. White people are not sitting there thinking about the blacks, but the blacks swear up and down that the white people are thinking about them. So you, the African, they hate you for even.
Well, policy shows us who people are thinking about. All you got to do is look at policy, people. That shows you who the people are thinking about. You don't have to guess. You don't have to speculate. But once again, you see he showed no policy to show that that's what we're thinking about. This is just his mental state, what he thinks and what he feels. Okay? There's nothing to prove that that's what we're thinking about. And as you see, he's talking about us as a group. He's putting us all together. He's saying we all think alike, we all feel alike, we all act alike. This is how you know this man is ignorant.
Showing up to work on time and even doing your job. It means you're an ass kisser. So you went and applied for a job and you said to this job, they said, sir, your shift starts at 8 a.m. You show up at 7:50 a.m., to do your job. You do the job exactly what you signed up for. Okay, you left your home. You are a grown man or grown woman. I don't know you from Adam. You applied for this job just like.
So if you don't know him from Adam or her, why are you worried about what time they get to work? Why are you worried about, see, he's the type of person at the job, y'all. This is why my mother could not stand Africans, y'all, for real. Because my mother worked at a factory, okay? And she used to tell me how they would tell on them. Whatever they would do, they would be the ones telling on them. They would be, oh, so-and-so late for work. Oh, so-and-so walked off the line 5 minutes early for break. Oh, so-and-so came back 10 minutes early for break, 10 minutes late for break. But why? That has nothing to do with you. Nothing. And that's what I always tell people who work for me. When they start that, I don't tolerate that. See, if you don't tolerate that, that will not happen. That has not, and you know what I would say when they would come tell me that? But what does that have to do with you and the way you perform on your job? Nothing. So why worry about other people? Why take other people's burdens and carry them around? He's that type. He's that type. No, they don't like him. Whoever he works with, they don't like him. They probably, what they doing to him.
Okay, like it's up to you. Do whatever you want. I'm not the one paying your bill. You're not paying my bill. If you don't want to do your job, what's that have to do with me?
Exactly.
Oh, so I should be upset at the white man for firing you for not doing your job. Oh, the white man is a racist, when clearly I see you showing up 40 minutes late.
See?
Oh, I see.
He even know the time that you late. You see what I mean? Mind your business.
Abusing FMLA.
See, you abusing FMLA. You see what I mean? He's those type of people, y'all. He's those type. What is so-and-so off for? How long she been off work? Then they go back to the supervisor. Oh, I heard that was a lie. Oh, I heard they wasn't off work like that. See, I don't tolerate that. No.
But, you are Uncle Tom for not calling in sick. I'm just telling you, the Africans that want to come to America or who act pro-black, when these people are talking about all this nonsense you're going for, this is what they are not telling you. This is what the truth is. Akon lived this life here. He was in the entertainment game. He's still in the entertainment game. He did it all here in America. So he knows exactly what he's talking about. He knows.
We're going to look at Akon in just a minute. So that's his source, right? That's the man he's basing all this on. Akon knows what he's talking about. Yeah, okay.
Or the legendary Caribbean versus African beef in the UK. It's because we overstep our boundaries and talk to our brothers and sisters from other tribes. Okay. And obviously we're going to always feel like our people are the best. I'm just going to be real.
But everybody feels like he's going to say that in a minute. Every group feels like that. The Igbos feel like they're the best. The Yorubans feel like they're the best. The Fulanis feel like they're the best. The Hausa feel like they're the best. Everybody the Bambaras feel like they're the best. The Wolofs feel like they're the best. The Mandinka feel like they're the best. That's called self-pride. There's nothing wrong with self-pride. Only time that becomes a problem is when you start to discriminate against other people because of your self-pride. Then it becomes problematic. But there's nothing wrong. To me, to be healthy, you have to be proud of who you are. You have to embrace who you are 100%. There's nothing wrong with self-pride.
Right? We're going to feel like our folks are the best. In the African-American community, we're going to feel like our people are better than somebody else, another group. They ain't got to like us. Nigerians going to feel that. Igbo is going to feel that about that. Hausa is going to feel that about that. Yoruba. Buganda and Uganda going to feel like that. Kikuyu and Kenya going to feel like that. Luya, Kalenji, we get it. Right? We get it. However, it's one way to feel like that and then to say it and at the same time be begging those people to come help you build in the continent. I can say something like this, right?
Now, did y'all hear what he said? It's okay for you to feel like that about African American, Black American people, but don't ask them for money. Don't be begging them for money. You want to talk about them, you want to put them down, and then you want to come and ask them for money. How does that even work? But they saw Black Acres do it. That's why they think they can do it.
The East Coast, West Coast thing, right? Where you had African.
Look, here's the thing. These people like O'Shea, they are trying to force this dusty rap culture into Africa. They're trying to make this seem like it's a tribe.
All right, let me stop right there. This dusty rap culture. Let me tell you, the first time I went to Africa was 2000, 24 years ago. 24 years ago, people. That is the first time I went. Okay. 2000. I went to, no, hold on. It wasn't 2000. It was 2003. Yeah, it was 2003, 20 years ago. 21 years ago was the first time I went to Africa, right? The first time I went, he's saying that they're trying to push this dusty rap culture. We're trying to push it. No. When I went there to Cameroon, do you know what culture I seen? And every time I've been going to Africa, I stopped going. After the first time I went, I think I stopped going for 10 years and then I started back and I was going ever since then. But I say that to say that when I went that first time until I still go this last time, but not in Gambia, I don't. But in Nigeria and Cameroon, you know whose culture, whose music I heard playing all the time? Our music, hip-hop music. When I first went to Cameroon, there were Usher. We would have these meetings outside and you would just hear Usher playing everywhere. Because Usher was really big back then. And that's all you would hear was Usher, that was it. And I was shocked. You would see people with Tupac shirts on. You would see people playing Tupac, hear people playing Tupac music. Our culture is really big in Africa, huge in Africa. They dress just like African Americans. So I don't know where they get that we're pushing this dusty culture. We're not pushing any culture. They watch us on YouTube. They watch us on whatever, and people will imitate this culture. Black American culture is the most imitated culture all over the world. All over the world. So again, what is he talking about? What is he talking about? How are we pushing the culture?
I told you guys, I've been living in this country for years and I'm from Africa. This East Coast rap stuff that you guys have, this have absolutely nothing to do with, like tribe. They really truly believe, just because if you're from different tribe with somebody, you are in each other's face. No, you guys are killing one another and rapping about it like entertainment. You're not seeing that in Africa. Yes, there are civil wars in some places every now and again.
He said, now, that's another lie. Let's go to Mali. where the Tuareg people are, constantly fighting. Let's go to where the Fulani are in Nigeria. What's going on with them over there? He's a liar. This man is a flat out liar. Let's go to Cameroon, to the southwest province of Cameroon. That's where I lived and worked and fell in love with Africa, in Cameroon. Now, guess what? I can't even go to Cameroon because there's a whole civil war over there. That part of Cameroon has broken away and given itself a whole new name. Yes. So he's a liar. But this is the man who's telling us he doesn't sham us. He's not going to scam us. And he's telling us the truth. But he can't even speak the truth. This man doesn't even know the truth.
We understand that's war. But from entertainment, just simply entertainment, is even happening even today. Just couple, I would say maybe even before this weekend ends, there might be another rapper that's gonna get gunned down. They do it every weekend.
They do it every weekend. And then he said that we do this for entertainment. All he would have to do is go look. They would tell you. The news, the police reports tell you there was some kind of beef going on between these people. They had some type of disagreement. There was some type of disagreement. Not one time have I read these shootings were over entertainment purposes only. These shootings were done for entertainment purposes. Why? What? Where did he get that from? This man makes up lies about us. You have to dismiss people like this. But when you come and now you're saying you've changed completely, and now you love African Americans, now you want us to come and live in AFRIDAMUSVILLE with you, you're going to protect us like we need your protection. You're our leader. Who made you the leader? I'm still trying to figure that out.
It seems like, and they call this entertainment. This East Coast, West Coast thing, that's what they called it as. So to even fix your mouth and compare that to being a Yoruba, a Igbo, or a Buganda, that is an insult. This is what I keep telling.
So see, he's basically saying for us to call ourselves an ethnic group, like the Yorubas, like an Igbo, we are basically insulting them. You see what I mean, people? That's why we need to continue to dismiss this man like we do. Dismiss this man like we do. I pay this man no attention. This is the most ignorant person on YouTube. The most ignorant person on YouTube.
People, you want to come to Africa, you need to drop all this rap nonsense thinking. Enjoy your rap music, but stop trying to make this seem like this is lifestyle. This is not people's lifestyle. This is not a tribe. Don't try to bring that mumbo jumbo BS in Africa.
Now, this is the same man who said he's our leader and he's the chief of the blacks. He wants us to give us our money to him so we can build a community. Listen to how this man is talking about us.
Need that stuff. This is why African people are more and more listening to Afro beats. This is why Afro beats is taking off, because people are tired of this saggy pants culture. People are tired of listening to people shooting and killing one another. Talking about beef. What are you guys beefing about?
Okay, so let me tell you about Afro beats. He wants to throw up Afro beats. Guess who influenced Afro beats, people? Guess he thinks Afro beats is something that is completely influenced by African culture. Is that what he thinks? People aren't listening to our dusty rap music no more because they're listening to Afro beats. But guess what? If they're listening to Afro beat, guess what music they listening to? They still listening to our music. So listen, Afro beats is known as Afro funk. Is a Nigerian music genre that involves a combination of West African musical styles from mainly Nigeria, such as the traditional Yoruba and Igbo music and high life with American funk, jazz, and soul influences. Yes. 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 That's where Afro beats came from. Fela Kuti came to the United States to study. While he was here, he met a lady named Sharon. Sharon was heavily involved in the Black Panther movement. Okay. And she was into music. She went and took Fela to these different places with her where he met different people, musicians. And these musicians were using their music. They were showing Fela different types of musical styles, different types of jazz beats, all kind of different types of beats. So you know what Fela did? He took this music style right back to, this is about AKON. We're going to talk about him next. I don't want to show y'all this one though. Not yet. He took this style, this music style, back to Nigeria, and he developed Afro beats. The saxophone, that's jazz. Have y'all ever heard Fela Kuti's music? It's jazz. It's jazz and it's funk. It's all of that mixed together with West African style of music also. So he doesn't even know what he's talking about. He doesn't even know the history of Afro beats. He don't even know the history of that. But he know everything. And he want to be our leader. But he doesn't even know his own. Well, it ain't his history. It's Nigerian history. But he doesn't even know the history of that. So let's finish this.
The only beef we know is bushmeat beef. Okay?
Bushmeat, rats. He said, didn't I tell y'all? Everybody don't eat bushmeat, y'all. Only a certain class of people eat bushmeat. Okay? Bushmeat. The rats in the village. The rats in the village.
But beef, non-stop. What kind of life is that? So please do not try to even.
And nobody going to Africa is on this beef. These are young people. These aren't the people traveling to Africa. The people traveling to Africa are grown and retired. Nobody's on beef traveling to Africa. Nobody traveling to Africa even talk like that. So you see what I mean? How he's twisting the truth. He's manipulating the truth. You can't trust this man. You can't believe this man.
Remotely compare this to our tribes. That is the biggest insult I've ever heard. Please, guys, do not even compare this to that. This gang stuff, you want to call our tribes a gang? What is wrong with these people? Come on, man.
Americans from the East Coast didn't like African Americans from the West Coast during that little hip hop beef. All right, but we're not asking each other for nothing. So we can kind of go back and forth, just like the Yorubas.
So did y'all hearing? He said, we're not asking each other for nothing. So when we was having that Tupac and Biggie beef, when it was East Coast against the West Coast, what he's saying is you can have beef when it's like that because we're not asking each other for anything. East Coast was not asking the West Coast for anything. You can't be beefing with somebody. You can't be talking about somebody. You can't be trying to dehumanize and degrade an entire group of people and then ask them for money? What?
In the houses and Ebos, whatever. But now I want us to the point, brother, that brother AKON, you are asking African Americans to come back to Africa. Build up. You're making a plea.
Did you guys hear this? He said AKON is making a plea. And I have video of AKON talking. Okay? And he's going to completely debunk all of this. All of this. A plea. A plea. No, he's not making any plea.
Look, nobody's begging us to come back. Nobody's begging them to come to Africa. Nobody's pleading with them to come to Africa. No, they don't want us to come. But they want our money to come. Just send your money. We don't want you. We just want your money. Look how disgusted he is to think that somebody's pleading with the Black Americans. Who would plead with them?
Plea to anyone. You see, Africa is the future. Africa has plenty of opportunities. You see, if you are truly a builder, you said you are about building, guess what? Africa is the place to be. Look, Mayweather, I just saw a news clip of Mayweather. Mayweather went to Nigeria. He flew in. Mayweather, he's a very smart boxer. You know, many of these people, they like to say he is he's an illiterate. Oh, really? He knows how to box and he knows how to handle his money.
He doesn't even know what an illiterate. He does. People, this man doesn't even know the meaning of an illiterate. Illiterate means you do not have the ability to read or write or do arithmetic. Okay. He doesn't even know what that means. So sad.
You see, it's not only about making money. What you do with that money is what matters. So Mayweather is investing big time in Nigeria. He's building boxing academy because he noticed, Nigeria, Cameroon, those areas are producing good fighters that are coming out here. You guys see them in the, NFC. We're seeing them in boxing, knocking people out. So Mayweather is like, I'm putting my money where my mouth is. Because over here in America, now you look around you, they're no longer producing boxers. You got men trying to be women. The men are way more emotional than the women. You see them, they are going.
But what is he trying to be? He's definitely not trying to be an African man. Now let's put it on the table. I know some of y'all on here is married to African men. Y'all know daggone are dating African men or involved with African men. And y'all know daggone well don't know African man behave like this. Don't know African. They would say he's acting like a girl. That's what they would say. He's acting like a girl. Men don't do that. And I've been around lots of African men. They don't do that. They don't behave like this. So he's talking about Black American men. Some of them, yeah, they are. Some of them do live an alternative lifestyle, but not all of them. Not all of them. But this man is putting, for people who don't have experience with African men, it's unfortunate because you will think that they're all like him or this is what African men are like. And they are not. They are nothing like this. This is somebody who wants to be important, but will never be important. Never.
Going to the, nail salons, getting their nails done. Do those people look like they are ready to take punches? Absolutely not. They are no longer hungry. They were raised by a single mother that pampered them.
And how does he know that? Where's his facts? You see the jealousy? Because Black American women love their sons. That's pampering them because we don't put them out the house at 13, because we don't put them out the house, because our sons will be grown men and we still say, I love you. We still hug and kiss our sons. That makes them pampered? No, sir. In our ethnic group, that makes them loved. We love our kids, sir. I'm sorry. Your mother quit giving you affection at 6 years old because you become a man and you don't get any love and you don't get any affection. But you don't have to be upset at Black Americans because we love our children, especially we love our girls, but I really love my sons because that's what I got.
A single mom who's like, oh, baby, it's okay. They've played in leagues where they are given participation trophies.
No, that's the suburbs, sir. See, he does, again, putting things out there like they're true. They're not like they're true. In the suburbs, yeah, they will give you a participation trophy. But where? Where in the Black American community are we doing that as a whole? We are not. We are not. These are lies, people. He cannot even tell the truth.
So in America, I'll tell you, it's written on the wall. It is no longer, you guys think it's only the computer jobs that are going to be outsourced. No. Even the sports, it's already begun. You look at it in the NBA.
Nobody cares
how
about
many
that, dude.
Africans do you have in Madison Square Garden? When I saw him
I
playing
could care
there,
less about that.
Yeah.
America? Okay, let's get to what AKON is saying. Yeah, I couldn't believe he said this.
guys need to fix this problem.
He really
instead
think he
of
can
hating
sing.
on AKON. Akon is a true son of Africa.
So he said, remember that, y'all. I'm about to show y'all what this true son of Africa has done to Africa and to Black Americans. Okay? Remember that. This man loves Akon, the chief, the self-proclaimed chief of the Blacks. He's following Akon's lead. Remember that. Okay? Akon has a city too. AFRIDAMUSVILLE. Akon has AKON City. AKON City. So let's listen.
People want to talk about Styles P. You can't even compare Styles P to Akon. Are you kidding me? Styles P is nowhere close to what
develop, but they're going to treat the people better.
The Blacks are spending time shooting one another, killing one another, allowing themselves to be convicted by the white man back to back.
This is so ridiculous.
Now we're seeing the Blacks in court.
This is so ridiculous. He acts like it is not all of us, people. It is not all of us. How dare you paint this picture like this is what Black Americans do and this is how we live our lives? The people who live like that, we don't even deal with them people. Them people are on the outside of our community. We don't deal with people like that. Oh, wow.
People talking about they are gangsters.
Gangsters.
Snitching on one another on camera.
Guess what? I don't even know a gangster. Never met a gangster in my whole life. But he puts it out there like, oh, the gangsters are all everywhere. Where are they at? I haven't met any.
Isn't this what is happening in Atlanta? So please, you guys need to fix this problem instead of hating on Akon. Akon is a true son of Africa.
Remember, I'm about to show you about this true son of Africa.
People want to talk about Styles P. You can't even compare Styles P to Akon. Are you kidding me? Styles P is nowhere close to what Akon is doing.
Look, he got a whole attitude.
Put some respect on Akon's name.
Oh, I'm about to put plenty of respect on his name. Just 1 second.
Please.
All right? For the African American community, come back and invest in Africa. Come back and build in Africa. Because why? You need the help.
Yeah.
There's evidence of African Americans doing.
Obviously, you need the help. You need the help. Just say it. We need your money, but we don't want you. Because that's what it is. AFRIDAMUS needs our help. Black Acres of the Gambia needs our help. But they don't want us. They want our money, but they don't want us. And they sure don't want us to hold them accountable for what they do with that money.
Doing stuff in Africa. And you feel like if Black Americans were to come there, not only are they going to be able to develop, but they're going to treat the people better, right? They're going to blend in better.
You see, they're going to treat the people better. Still trying to put Africans to see themselves in the subservient position. Charity begins at home.
See, he's a liar again. When I go to Africa, y'all, and anybody who's been there, you see how other people talk to the Africans. They don't see the Africans. They don't see them Gambians as their brothers and sisters. They don't look at the Gambians and see themselves. Outsiders don't look at the Nigerians and see themselves. Outsiders don't look at the Cameroonians and see themselves. They see the other. When we look at Africans, well, some of us, not all of us, but when we go to Africa and look at Africans, we see ourselves, some of us, the good ones. But the colonizers, no, they don't see themselves either.
Look, hey, I'm not going to believe you. How are you going to convince me that you're going to treat me better when you can't even treat your own self and your people better? You see? So I don't trust that. See, I look, I don't care about what you say to me. I look at what you do. Oh, no, I don't trust that. I don't trust that. You see? What is the name of that rapper over there?
He's talking too much.
In America? Oh, yeah. Them
Wait, let me go back.
In the NFL, too. I don't trust that. You see? What is the name of...
Let's play the clip.
I feel at a time now, a lot of young people, they don't know how to perform live anymore because like you said, everything's on socials, and you just go on live, and all your following are just happy to see you on live now, because they don't want to go out anymore either. So to see someone so young with such good stage presence, I was blown away by him.
But he's African.
Yeah.
We a little different when it comes to stage presence.
Yeah,
now in America, oh yeah, them wobbling, pants hanging half down, bored as hell, half to sleep because they high as hell on stage.
Yeah.
But Africa, we wake up morning, like look at these YouTube clips of all these kids from Uganda and how they be, you know what I'm saying? Like these kids are performers. Like so for us it comes natural, you know, like to watch the kids from
now now see, this is even not even a fair comparison. He's talking about these hip hop artists, these P. Diddy people, these P. Diddy squad people who are out there now. Don't none of us support those people. Don't none of us even really listening to them people. All right. But they're comparing this to these kids. They're saying kids. Okay. Like these kids who just dance in the street. Okay. Like the kids on my dance team. Those kids can dance. They are super duper talented. You can go to any inner city neighborhood and you can find kids who are super duper talented. That's all over the world. But they're talking about kids. And AKON comes in and brings up these overgrown adults who perform and who be on substances. How can you compare that to some kids? To some little kids? You can't.
Africa, it kind of just it's in their blood. Like it's like a second nature. Performance is like a second nature for it. So I wasn't really surprised at all to see, you know, black.
AKON is absolutely correct. How many of you have ever been to rap concert?
Well, we're not listening.
I have been to rap concerts a while ago, early 2000s.
Okay, now this part, listen to this, y'all. Okay, let's go with this. I hope he's done talking.
Tariq is not trying. He's FBA ADOS, right? He's not trying to unite blacks. I get.
Tariq is not ADOS. He is FBA. He came around ADOS, the half-breed, lesbian and the mushmouth lawyer. When they came with their group called.
This is the person again who wants to be the chief of the blacks. All right.
Tariq pretended. This is the pretense I'm telling you guys, to be a part of them, and then he branched off and came up with ADOS. So this is the same people. Like I remember back in the days, right? Early 2000s, I remember this Africa thing is a new thing all of a sudden. Maybe at one point used to be around, but I'm telling you, my time, early 2000s, okay? Every black you pretty much meet, especially the females, they are all mixed with Cherokee. They are all used to be mixed with Cherokee, or they are mixed with Irish. This is when they used to be proud of their white ancestors. They would tell you, Mama, I never meant to hurt you.
Nobody's listening to
that
this.
People
dude.
see you.
Let me go back. I want to
see is when you say stuff like that, you leave an opportunity for somebody like a brother that's looking to use it, as an advantage, as a competitive advantage in the talking points. And in this case, brother Tariq Nasheed, and I gotta be real, he's not wrong on this.
All right, so he said someone that's gonna use the opportunity, right? So all that talk, but they mostly shoot for Cherokee. They would shoot for Cherokee. Then they moved from that. They came to the Mama, I never meant to hurt you.
So you know what that tells me? He's been here a long time. And you know what? He probably got teased in school awful, like something terrible. I know he did. He got teased terrible. That's why he got all these anger issues towards Black Americans. Those kids probably just did him in school. They probably laughed at him and made fun of him on the regular. on the regular, because this man, what he's talking about, you got to be here for a while to know that.
I never meant to make you cry, but tonight I'm cleaning up my closet. One more time. Let's see if you can say it better than Eminem. That's all I'm asking. But the jig is up, guys. The jig is up.
On here listening
his
to
vantage
him,
point.
nobody.
But for somebody like AKON who's trying to unite blacks and talking like this, you sound stupid. And I'm gonna play what Brother Tariq Nasheed said. Then we're gonna come back.
Here we go. Hold on. African.
Yeah.
We a little different when it
Yeah,
comes to
yeah,
stage
yeah,
presence.
yeah,
Now
yeah,
in
yeah.
America, oh yeah, them niggas be wobbling, pants hanging half down, bored as hell, half to sleep because they high as hell on
Right,
stage.
yeah.
But Africa, we wake up morning like look at these YouTube clips of all these kids from Uganda and how they be, you know what I'm saying? Like these kids are performers, like so. For us, it comes natural, you know.
Oh, it comes natural, AKON? Really, AKON? AKON, it was foundational Black Americans who put you on, brother.
Right.
So AKON, this is what comes natural, AKON, right here. This, don't forget now. Hold on. This what comes natural, AKON. This what we doing?
So he goes on the internet and picks some random Sudanese rapper, and he's picking on the Sudanese, and you will see who else he's going to be picking on. So how are you gonna?
But he's right. Our culture is imitated all over the world. All over the world. But this isn't natural. You see what I mean? This isn't somebody who just stepped out their house. This is somebody who's trying to imitate our culture. I guarantee you his pants is sagging. This is that whole hip hop culture. But see, we're like the people we follow. AFRIDAMUS loves AKON. He follows AKON. AKON has a problem telling the truth also. And I'm going to show you that.
Take these people serious.
No, we can't take AKON serious.
Is this that energy you talking about, AKON? This that energy you speak of? This is what we talking about, AKON.
Right, look.
Okay, all right, okay. All right, AKON. That energy you talking about, brother?
He said anywhere in Africa, remember? He said you can go anywhere in Africa.
Really? You really?
So you see what he did here? So he goes and pick, he said that rapper is in Australia. So he goes and picks a Sudanese rapper, but let's see who else Tariq goes and pick. Tariq is a comedian. Okay? He's a comedian. So I cannot really take him serious, right? But some of these people are straight haters. They are just straight haters. Tariq is a comedian.
See, he's trying to clean it up because this is the impact of our culture. It's all over the world. It's all over the world. So those little kids dancing, I'm sure they're doing some hip hop moves in those dance moves.
I'm about to say that, huh, AKON? That y'all more talented? Y'all got more stage presence? Okay, hold on. Let's look at some of this talent right here. I think this is a Somalian lady. This is a non-FBA.
See, he had to go pick on a Somali. He had to go. So this is why Africans, okay, whenever you guys come saying Somalis are not Africans, okay, and Somalis, some of you that try to say you're Arab, you see, you gotta wake up and realize that people see you as African. See, anytime, even the blacks, they are picking on African, they have to pull you into it. So stop with all this nonsense. Some of you that think you're not African, and also some of the Africans that think Somalis are not Africans. It's silly. So see, even the blacks know the Somalis are Africans. That's why.
The point is this: if the Somalis don't consider themselves African, who cares what everybody else thinks? Don't you get that? Don't you people get that? If they don't care what you think, they care what they think. Just like we don't care what you think, we care what we think. We could care less what you, AFRIDAMUS, and your whole crew think about us. That's the point you're missing. We don't care.
When they want to insult Africans, you know, they will use a Somali also to try to make it like, oh, we're insulting Africa. So obviously what AKON is saying is true. They are super butthurt about it. That's why they are making these videos. But let's see what he's gonna say about this Somali lady here.
Lady, hold on. This is Somali girl. All right, let's look at some of that talent that y'all got, AKON. Since y'all showing us the game, let's listen to some of that talent. Hold on.
Guys, you see what he's doing? So two can play this game. We can go look for, you know, just random blacks, but he's not gonna show a Somali that can sing. I'm not saying this woman is just a regular like a karaoke singer. Okay, so we can do the same and find a black person who's a karaoke singer. Let's see how it would go. But let's just let this keep going.
So that's that talent right there. SWT. That's what you're talking about?
Okay, let me kind of deal with that. Let me just say something real quick.
So Tariq took the opportunity to troll Somalis. He used the opportunity to troll the Somalis. You guys see it.
Number one, not every African thinks like Brother AKON. Most Africans I have met have been great to me, especially on the continent. I've built a lot of great things. Shout out to the Pan-African.
How many Africans have become rap superstars in America? So let's stick with the facts. So
this is how you know this man. Why are you comparing? I mean, who cares? What does that have to do with anything? This is what I'm telling you. This person is so jealous of us. He can't stand it.
The type of business O'Shea said, great business. He said he built in Africa. Let's hear his business. Let's hear this.
Dating show. Go over there, subscribe. Shout out to the Pan-African Dating Show. I'm gonna get my Umar on.
These people. I bought it from a white store. I happen to be black. So the blacks, they're gonna be like, oh, AFRIDAMUS is stealing our swag.
No, AFRIDAMUS has no swag. And see, that's why I'm telling you, this is the African men have swag for days. This man has no swag. This man has nothing. He's just a hater. When you meet a real African man, you know you met an African man. This man is not no African man. This man is somebody who wants to be important in his life. He's struggling with his identity. He's struggling with his whole life. And he wants to project that on us. Now he's got a little piece of land in the Gambia, and he thinks he can reenact, reinvest, relocate Africa. He can bring that back alive. Talking about Kwesi failed, so he can do it now. Come on, people. Don't y'all see it's all about the money? Oh, shoot. No, I didn't go all the way back there. Hold on, y'all. Let me get back to where we was. Don't y'all see this is what it's always been about? It's always been about that with this dude. Always been about that. That's what he's mad at because he don't have the money to do what he want to do in his house. Okay, so we went past that part.
So to even fix your mouth and compare that to being a Yoruba,
we saw that part.
Develop, but they're going to treat the people better, right? They're going to blend in.
Rap concerts a while ago. Do it. He brought that Senegalese twang. You've never heard that kind of sound.
Listen.
I'm locked up. If it's about being dusty, you guys want us to look like we're dusty. Is this what Uganda need? Let's get Pastor Samper on the phone right now. Let's get Pastor Samper on the phone and ask him if this is going to benefit Uganda. Is this going to build Uganda? Look,
I'm trying to see if that was the end of. Okay, I think that was the end of O'Shea's video.
Instead, he wants to.
So let me check these comments out, and then we're going to go and we're going to look at AKON. This is who this man is modeling himself after, Mr. AKON. You know, this is the man who's got AKON City. He's doing all this stuff. So let's just see what's going on. You are right. Lisa says you are right, Kiki, about Miss Marcus starting the petition to get Art Kathy out of Gambia. Miss Marcus doesn't strike me as someone who would, cave into bullets. She doesn't. She's not like that. So that was a lie. Lisa Wright says, this person is Satan. He hates all Americans, especially Black Americans. I heard many things he has said. It is painful to see a man that people all over the world have dominated. Check out his videos. I know, Lisa. I was on there. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe the thumbnails. I couldn't believe the title of the videos. I couldn't believe what he was saying. And I just said to myself, YouTube doesn't pay you for this, because when your videos are like this, YouTube doesn't pay you. So I said, why is he even doing this? He doesn't get money for this. He's really an unhappy person. Black Americans know Afro beats were birthed in. It sure was. So he doesn't even know that. And he thinks we're going to believe that they created Afro beats. No, they didn't. Fella created that, but he combined our music and their music. Fella was a real Pan-African. I haven't seen any new ones. These new people, I don't know what they do. This person is not like Lisa says, this person is not like other brothers and sisters. And no, I told y'all, he's not. He has been compromised. He is a traitor. Yes, I'm telling y'all, they're not like this. They're not like that. When I was at the university, most of my friends were Africans, and they were Africans from all around Africa. And we would have picnics together. We would spend time together. We would talk together. We would commune together. They did not act like this. They did not act like this. And when they disagreed with you, they didn't disagree with you and degrade you. These people who did this are and you know what they told me? I said, well, how come these aren't the Africans that we see, that come here? You know what they told me? They said, because y'all don't see the real Africans. The Africans that come to y'all are the low-life Africans. Those are the ones that come there. Those are the ones, they have nothing, so they come there. People with something are not running to America. That's what they looked me in the face and said. People who come for something, people who have something in Africa, they're not running to America. They may come to visit. They may come to go to school, but they're not coming on a visa, on a visitor's visa, and overstaying and trying to marry somebody to get. They're not doing that. They're not marrying people trying to get papers. They're not doing that. They're not doing that, people. There's a whole section of Africans that we know nothing about, because we spend so much time with the low-life ones because we think they're like that, because we expect them to be like that when they're really nothing like AFRIDAMUS. Like she said, AFRIDAMUS is a traitor to the African man. He is an embarrassment to the African man. African men abandon their kids just like others do. That's why you see the women struggling in the markets. Yep, and hawking just like I'm telling you, there's different types. There's different types. Different types. Just like here, there's different types. And you got to remember that. There's different types. They're not all the same. Just like all the Black men here aren't the same, all the African men aren't the same. And this one, he's not a real African man. He doesn't carry the real values. The ones who doing what Places and Spaces just named, they ain't real African men either. They're not carrying the values. So you could tell by their ways. You could tell by their actions who's real and who's fake. I don't have enough room to say all that I want to. Yeah, about this AFRIDAMUS guy. Yeah, Jeannie, because he's just, I don't believe him. This guy is a fool. He's jealous because he had to. That's what it is. Places and Spaces. He had to struggle to get where. Yes, because he had to struggle, so he's angry. He's angry, and he's angry at the world. He looks at us and thinks, look at them. They had it so easy. Look at them. They get everything they want. Their country takes care of them. Their government gives them everything. They don't have to do anything. They don't have to want for anything. Yeah, he's very jealous. All I say is he doesn't act like a lot of Gambians I know. He talks too much. That's what I'm telling you. Places and Spaces said that's the other thing. These devils don't even take it. No. See, that's how you him. Let's see what he does. What's he's doing. There's an African lady who ADOS, whose video went viral, claiming that there are a war between Gambians and Black Americans. But who? What war? That's what I want to know. Where's the war? Where's the war? I'm going to see if I can find a video to see what she's talking about. I wonder what war she's talking about. Places and Spaces says that's why their countries are underdeveloped with all the world's resources, while a few of them live in luxury, like they don't see all the poverty around them, and that's it. And you'll just be amazed. They'll be living their luxurious life, and and people will be just poor around them, like she said, and they'll just be going on, and you're looking like, don't you see that? Don't you see that? Don't you see that? Well, yeah, we see it, but that's just the way it is. And that's real, y'all. Especially in Nigeria. That's real. It's delusional for anyone to deny the talent that Black Americans. It reeks of envy. Yeah, he is. He's very envious. Lisa says, if the guy thinks Americans are going to give him the money, he needs to wake up, because that is not going to happen. No, it's not. We're not giving you nothing. Real Africans, Lisa says, real Africans do not even think like that. No, they don't. Real men don't even think like that. Only a few generalize about a nation. Only a fool will generalize about a nation of people. Only a fool doesn't understand Native Americans and Africans brought to America, lived together, and intermarried. He talks about it. He doesn't know. He doesn't read, Edra. He talks, but he doesn't read. She's acts. That's it. He doesn't read, because if he would read, he would know. He doesn't read anything. He just runs his mouth. There are so many problems in Africa that these ideals should be put boots on the ground to work on. But here they are, like lady boys complaining online about us. Exactly. So I want to hurry up and get off of here. So I'm going to show y'all this one video. We're done with this one. So we're going to look at AKON real quick. AKON is the one he's throwing up as this leader, right? And as this person who we should not talk about because he's done so much. Well, let me tell y'all what AKON, how we can't touch him. We can't trust AFRIDAMUS. Doesn't look like we can trust AKON either. So
transfer your mobile minutes into currency that can be spent on the market. So let me explain that, because I know you're confused. So basically, the currencies in certain parts of Africa are so untrusted that people are utilizing their mobile minutes to purchase at the local market. So instead of giving them the real, like the currency, the local currency, they would just transfer minutes.
Oh, okay.
That's what gave me the idea.
I don't have $10, but I'll give you 10 minutes on your phone to use, and we'll just call it even.
So I was like, wait a minute. They're not using money. They're using mobile minutes.
Huh.
And that's what gave me the idea.
AKON is AKON. What's up, family? This is your man.
Did y'all know about this? Because I sure didn't. I didn't know that he can't go back to Africa. I didn't know that.
Not your boy. Bringing you another gold nugget that you can either pick up or you can just...
Now remember, this is the dude. This is the person that AFRIDAMUS is quoting. This is the person who's putting down Black Americans. This is the person we should look up to. This is the person AFRIDAMUS looks up to.
Kick it aside. AKON, with all that he has done, supposedly, when it came to lighting up Africa and having a crypto city that's supposed to be in Senegal, and he has this AKON, you know, like a Bitcoin, that him and his team went out to do a project to be able to help and assist small entrepreneur businesses in Africa. And we're requesting people to come on board this journey in doing this project to help Africa. Not myself and many people joined on board because why not help people who really don't have much, but yet you want to see them flourish just like you might see yourself or others. In this whole confusion, I don't want to say scam, but I'm going to say that they have not fulfilled their promise in what they would provide to the donors, the investors, or the contributors of this whole thing. Now, you know, they got themselves in hot water, apparently, because of the fact that they were made promises that in exchange for people's donations, they would get a TOA, token of appreciation. This would convert over into an ACOin as the time goes on. But apparently, according to maybe the SEC, and I will provide this information here shortly of the email that they had sent out, but they were not legitimately able to do such a thing.
Did you know 3,000?
Hold on, I'm gonna skip that ad.
People who got involved with this project, that to stay on board with them until they can get things fixed. And if you do not want to go further with this project due to the fact that it was illegitimate promise that they had made that is illegal, that you can go ahead, put your name in a hat and go ahead and get your refund. Well, of course, myself and other people have done such a thing, and they have failed to return people's money, which then will lead me to believe it would be a scam. But let's check out this email traffic here. You see, I reached out to them, which I was told to reach out to one of his board members, Andrew Karas, and he responded back and wanting to take my email and provide address and all that stuff there, so that then they.
No, he says right here, it had been a while since he had provided his address, and he wanted some update on his refund. That's what that said.
A refund, and I'm quite sure they did this to many other people. But AKON, being that he is the head of this project, did not fulfill the need. 2 years go by and still nothing. And though I sent probably 3 or 4 emails trying to inquire about the situation, you would say that there was little to no response. Now, I'm sad to report such information because AKON had appeared that he was doing a good job, but it seems though that he is just like most who would want to use Africa only for his own benefit. You know, I've been to Senegal and I saw the area where, you know, they're supposed to build this whole crypto city and stuff like that. There was little to nothing even done there back when I was there. But, you know, I'm willing to even challenge AKON to go ahead and provide that what the money went to towards the supposed business owners. Did they actually receive what was actually promised? But in saying all that, you can also see that even in their own words, this whole illegitimate practice that they were doing, they had to confess and come forward to their people. Now, this is sad because, you know, if you are doing such business, you would figure you would get approval before venturing into type business practices, so that then that everything, all T's are crossed and I's are dotted to make sure that these things don't happen. But the sad part about it is they did not do that. Now, when you look at his board members, and I'm showing them here, I'm quite surprised that where are the representatives, the people of color, especially from Africa? But I understand AKON, who's AKON, surrounds himself like all the other rest of them around those who are in this system, which is predominantly Caucasian race. And so that is who his team will typically be. Nothing against that, but I raise an eyebrow that if you about Africa, all the smart, wise brothers and sisters in the field of Africa who are in various professions, could you not have representation? Now, you know, what I've donated and stuff, some would say was a substantial amount of money. And though that, you know,
okay, we're going to stop here with him. So basically, Black went on here. He gave AKON $1,000 for his cryptocurrency to build that, and this man did not get what he was supposed to get a token. He didn't get anything. He wrote and he was supposed to get his money back. He didn't get his money back. He didn't get anything back. He waited and waited. He wrote him again, and he still didn't get anything back. So that's one thing I wanted to show you. That's why countries are okay. We looked at that. Let's see. Okay, let me see where we stopped at. There are so many problems in Africa. Okay. Just saying, he'll talk about Gambians too. If you go through his channel, I think he does. He likes controversial things. He says things for shock value. You know how some people would just say things to start an argument, or they'll just say things to just shock you. That's what I get from his channel. Because I'm like, YouTube are not paying you nothing with thumbnails that look like this and with titles like this. They're not giving you a dime. So he's got to be doing this for some other reason, because it certainly is not, he's not getting paid. Places and Spaces says Kiki is right. Africans with resources don't come to live anywhere. They visit or go to school, then they go home. Yeah. That's what I'm telling y'all. My African friends, they not the AFRIDAMUS type. They're not that type. And I'm just so saddened that people get that image of Africans when that is not the case. So remember, this city, AFRIDAMUS is creating a city, right? I believe he got this idea from the person he loves so much, AKON. Because AKON has a city. It's called AKON City. Now let's check this out.
Singer AKON decided to construct a real-life Wakanda, a city named after you, a currency named after you, and the desire to be the king of this paradise.
So did y'all hear that? The city's named after him, the currency's named after him, and he's going to be the king of the city. Doesn't that sound like just like what AFRIDAMUS said?
Is it a dream come true or a huge scam? We're about to explain the matter in today's video. Back in 2018, AKON had announced the launch of a huge project aimed to build a new city in Senegal in cooperation with the states. According to the previous statement, its total value is worth $6 billion. The singer has Senegalese roots, thus he wanted to create a brand new city in this specific country. The city was inspired by a mix of Dubai and the fictional African nation of Wakanda taken from the Marvel Universe. The idea of AKON
That's how you know
developing the African region.
It was targeted towards us, okay?
Providing jobs for the population and making the new metropolis a world tourist center. Technologies should become the young city's hallmark, with its economy being based on a cryptocurrency called AKON. But more on that later. AKON City is an extension of the sea into the land, with waves diving deep into the roots of each building, making a dance on the music of AKON to celebrate the rise of AKON City, reflecting nothing but happiness, bringing no less than success, says the founder's quote from the project's official website. Indeed, if we look closely at the overall design, it not only looks futuristic, but also reminiscent of coral reefs. One does not need to be a field expert to wonder how difficult it will be to bring such structures to life. These unusual...
Now, when I first saw this city, I'm going to tell y'all the truth, what I truly thought about. I truly thought about, I kid y'all not. When I used to be in drill team, we used to march, and they would have animals in the parade, okay? And the animals would pass, they would do their business in the street. And there would just be piles of horse manure and cow manure or whatever animal was in the parade, okay? Mainly horses. Now, horse manure, it looked just like this. When they passed their stuff, that's what I thought about. I said, oh, this looks like piles of manure.
Frames and shapes are not just another product of a conveyor belt.
Or intestines. That was another thing that came to me. It looked like intestines. Intestines and manure, they both go together.
Therefore, the whole thing is likely to become a costly affair, not only in terms of construction, but also in terms of maintenance. For example, ordinary laborers will not be suitable for repairing the mentioned buildings. It might take a while to train certain kinds of specialists for the job. The presented project itself looks interesting and attractive, with the website revealing AKON City to be divided into districts, such as business district, residential district, education district, and so on. Geographically, it will be located not far from Dakar, the capital of Senegal, only 100 kilometers away. Quite a smart move, convenient for tourists, and that's for sure. By and large, the idea sounds great in theory.
Now look at
and if it
that.
gets implemented,
What kind of, look at this. Y'all, you need beams to make the building structurally sound. How is this going to be structurally sound? And what is this? Exactly what is this?
there is no doubt of it eventually gaining massive attention from the tourists. Nevertheless, one question remains. Has anything been already done as planned? In 2020, AKON held a ceremony at which he laid the foundation stone, which symbolized the beginning of a large construction. The first phase will be completed in 2023 and will allow the rapper to build roads, a campus for the Hamptons Hospital, a Hamptons shopping center, residences, hotel, schools, etc.
Sounds nice.
Not to mention the landfill for the city's waste and a solar power plant to supply the whole city. One of the local media sources
Doesn't that sound really nice? Really, really nice.
reported from the scene. The project was guaranteed to be fully completed by 2029. Well, you've already seen the moment of laying the foundation stone, but here's AKON City exactly 1 year after the events. Yup, you're right. Zero progress has been made since. And here's how AKON City looked like at the end of 2022, a few months ago. So, are you ready to move in? At first, the singer blamed COVID-19 for pushing back the city's construction. However, in 2020, when the foundation stone was laid, COVID was already a thing. You can even see people wearing masks during the events. There was another explanation of the issue, too.
We're building a city. You don't build a city in 24 hours. But if you don't have the knowledge to understand that you have to do feasibility studies, you have to do environmental studies, like it's all kind of studies just before you put a building that's going to be 120 feet in the air in one sweat. So what makes you...
So he was supposed to do all of that before he came and asked people for money. You do all of those studies before you come and ask people for money. You don't ask people for money and then you do all the feasibility studies. That's backwards.
That area right there could even hold that kind of weight. It takes research for that.
So why would you take money, people, for this city and you don't even know if the ground can hold the weight? But I'm going to tell y'all the real reason this city has not been built.
And
Hold
all
on.
it has to be done first before you can even think to even create a master plan for construction.
Still a very strange response to critics. Judging by the singer's words, he and his team did not conduct any preliminary research, but simply agreed on the city's construction right away.
Wow.
And most importantly, they got a license. Keep in mind, the president of Senegal is involved in the initiative. Needless to say, the lack of any progress raised other sorts of questions. What about the $6 billion specified in the estimated budget? Who is funding this project? Was this money ever there in the first place, and where is it now? And most importantly, what about the people who were promised construction work? We thought we could work on it, but at this pace, maybe our children will. We remain hopeful for the project. We hope that our children will stay here to work, one of the residents who should have been taking part in the ordeal told the BBC.
Now, did y'all hear that? He said that one of the residents who were supposed to be building this city said maybe their children will, because the resident there it's never gonna happen in his lifetime.
By the way, it was the BBC publication that raised a big fuss around the concept. At the end of last year, a slashing article was posted on its website, which highlighted the lack of any movement regarding the new city. Anyway, the news piece attracted so much public attention, the project managers, who had not particularly cared about feedback before, had to somehow react to the situation. The answer was given in a special Twitter page, which was supposed to demonstrate the construction stages.
Now look at that, y'all.
Okay, let's see how AKON City put the BBC in its place. At the time of this video's release, all the on-scene content we've been shown is limited to a few photos. Let's be honest, a few pieces of equipment displayed there leave much to be desired. Seems like AKON and Co. have nothing to show for now. If the work was in full swing, then they would have just shot a bunch of videos and stick it to all the critics. I'm only here in the presence of goats. It's completely empty. No sign of building, just a long line of green trees and red.
This is what he's been taking money for, people. The government and the Senegalese government, they gave him money for this. He's already gotten money from them. The government told him if he did not do something on this land, they were pulling out of the deal. They were pulling out because he's done nothing. But what about the money he's collected? What is he doing with that money?
At Earth. Local journalist Borso Tal reported from the scene. Despite all the obstacles on his way, AKON has no intention to give up on his dream, constantly repeating that he is going to build a city. I plan to retire in that city. I don't like to use the word the king of the city, but that's what it will turn out to be, the singer confidently declared.
So he's the king of his city, and AFRIDAMUS is the chief of his city. So this is where he gets that idea from, in my opinion. He gets it from him. He gets it from this man. For Black, okay. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Stephanie. I really am sorry to hear that. No way. Why would you think that? Looks horrible. Yeah, it's nothing. That's got, whoa, you haven't seen nothing yet. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. How much was his take? How much, what you mean? How much was whose take? Why is narrating the story though? Because that's whose story it was. They love to poke their noses into Africa's business. Oh, he wrote it. I don't know. I looked at it. I thought it was a good story. Why put money into Afro Jetson? Oh, honey. Exactly. But the government sure did. He's just another opportunist. Yeah, the government sure did. Now, let me tell you this one, where they figured out that this man is running nothing more than a Ponzi scheme. Okay. And what he's doing with the money, well, I don't know if he's doing this exactly with the money, but I know he has a house in America for $4.2 million in Texas. I mean, in Atlanta, and nobody lives there. He has a couple of houses like that. So this person did some research.
We're still on track.
And he says given up on his previous music career, this is a Ponzi scheme.
Entrepreneurship. I guess the music industry just wasn't cutting it. As of recent, he's transitioned to projects in Africa based around technology and solar power, but there's not much transparency surrounding his work. But don't be fooled. I'm sure we're in good hands. After all, we're talking about AKON here, and he has big plans for the future. In a genuinely devised plan, or a midlife crisis as I would describe it, AKON is building his very own city known as AKON City, which is estimated to cost north of $6 billion. To be honest, I'm just surprised Kanye didn't beat him to it first. AKON chose his homeland, Senegal, as the land to erect his wondrous new city, which has led many to compare it to Dubai or the African fantasy city Wakanda. I bet you would too if you saw the promotional video posted 2 years ago. Wow, look at this. Honestly, this looks pretty dope. I would live here. Is this the new roller coaster tycoon?
Now look at this.
These aren't even buildings.
No, they're not.
What are these structures?
Right.
Are we capable of creating these?
No, we cannot. These cannot stand up.
Oh, thank God. It's only 100 kilometers away from Dakar. I was getting worried. Bro, the buildings look like intestines.
Yeah, see? He said the same thing. We agree. That's what they look like.
AKON must have played one game of Halo Wars as the Covenant. And this was his semen-induced fever dream. Who does he think he is, bending the laws of space and time itself? I just realized, bottom left corner, we have bad consultant.
I noticed that too. That's the name of the consulting company who's consulting on this project. It's called Bad Consultant. And when I saw that, I said, look at that. That says Bad Consultant. That makes me think that all of this is just a joke. That all of this was just some kind of sick game to get money.
Listen, if he can pull this off, all the more power to him. Yeah, I'm buying a ticket to AKON City. However, something tells me that we're not quite there yet. I don't know, it's just this small little inkling, this voice in my head.
Always wanted to do this.
Look at this.
All right, we get the point. But I mean, talk about an engineer's nightmare. It's like I'm watching a futuristic Sims trailer. It's like an art student's senior thesis. There's no way anyone actually thought it would look like this, right? I mean, it looks great if you're into accordion architecture and pappardelle noodle buildings. It looks like stacks of dirty laundry plopped on top of each other. But hey, it's a trailer. We gotta see more. If we go to the website, AKONCITY.com, menu, They got this nice districts tab, right? Let's see here. We got African Culture Village, offices and residential, entertainment district, health and safety, education district, technology district, and the Sennawood district. Apparently, AKON Tower is in the Sennawood district. And if you couldn't guess already, you can grab a beer at the AKON Club. Maybe even get grinded on by AKON himself. I mean, we gotta check out the African Culture Village. Pretty sleek website design. Gotta hand it to him, man. So here's like the main hub of AKON City, right? And then conveniently connected to it is the African Culture Village by this land bridge, except it looks like there's some holes. You might want to get that patched up. The last thing you want is residents of AKON City falling into the abyss while they're just trying to learn some history. And then above it, we can't even click on this zone. Maybe we haven't progressed far enough in the AKON City Battle Pass, or maybe we gotta reach a higher level. I'm curious, what's going on up here? The last thing I want to find out is that this is where the blood sacrifices happen after I bought my virtual ticket. According to AKON City, all phases of construction will be done in 2029. There are 2 phases in total. Supposedly, Phase 1 of AKON City should be finished relatively soon by 2026, allowing thousands of tourists to come and relax, see the sights, eat some food, and vibe out. They intend to have roads, hotels, malls, a hospital, police station, school, waste facility, and a solar power plant all finished by 2026, which is interesting because that's quite a lot to undertake in 3 years. And Phase 2, the final phase, is set to be—
it's 2 years now, that project. That's why the government told him if they don't see anything, they're going to pull out.
Done by 2029. It's assumed that this phase would include housing, offices, maybe some restaurants, more amenities, and of course, they also have a hair treatment center, which is why today's video is sponsored by Keeps. Keeps is a subscription service that helps subscribe to Keeps and get refill reminders, or just click the link in the goals to me, but let's take it in mind. It's surprising that the Senegalese government is even on board with this, guaranteeing the city will bring in—
Told you, the government is behind him.
Tourists and investors, and giving all those that go tax breaks. Doesn't sound all too bad after all. And this whole AKON City fiasco became such a big deal that there are even plans to create a second AKON City in Uganda. However, there was just one problem that no one saw coming. C-19. This halted production for a bit, and AKON at one point blamed C-19 for pushing everything back. However, later he contradicted himself, saying that things were actually on track. Okay, so let's get this straight. AKON City, the one in Senegal, is supposed to be finished in 3 years, well, at least Phase 1, in 2026. No delays, no problems. There should at least be something complete, right? Maybe a crew, some scaffolding.
Right.
How about some orange cones?
Wait till y'all see this.
No. How about a single stone? The following clips are from YouTube channel TD Hip Hop Media on their video, AKON City, Senegal is in shambles, nothing but dust.
Let's go to a year later in 2022. Oh man, goddamn. It's dust with cinder blocks. Why they got the cinder blocks over there? I think somebody was low-key hating. They just put the cinder blocks there just to be bogus. What I'm going to show you right now is a current photo of AKON City, okay? Boom. What happened, AKON? What happened? They even stole the cinder blocks. They said, well, let me put these cinder blocks to good use right quick. Because AKON City ain't popping anytime soon. This is horrible. My goodness.
So AKON placed a single Minecraft block and walked away. Job done. Funny enough, in a BBC News article, AKON admitted to wanting to retire here. He even went on to say, I don't like to use the word king of the city, but that's what it will turn out to be. I mean, the place is called AKON City. What did anyone expect? And I'm starting to think I was right about this being a narcissist's midlife crisis. The icing on the cake is the fact that AKON believes the central currency of his city, wait for it, should be his own cryptocurrency, AKON.
And the whole thing is going to be run off AKON?
That's
the cryptocurrency?
Yeah, the cryptocurrency, AKON. You could say the city's financial infrastructure would be built off the AKON platform.
Yeah. But the controversy doesn't end here. AKON took full responsibility for the poorly managed start to his city, but that didn't save him.
People sometimes will write articles about oh, this is not going to happen. Something like this could never happen in Africa. It's been 2 years. The construction hasn't started. I hear that all the time. We're building a city. You don't build a city in 24 hours.
They literally say Rome was not built in a day.
But if you don't have the knowledge to understand that you have to do feasibility studies, you have to do environmental studies, like it's all kind of studies just before you put a building that's going to be 120 feet in the air in one sweat. So what makes me that area right there could even hold that kind of weight? It takes research for that. And all that has to be done first before you can even think to even create a master plan for construction. But if you don't know that, you think it's just all talk and trash and marketing.
A previous business partner accused AKON of planning to run his city like a Ponzi scheme. These accusations were made by Devin Stevens, a music executive in the United States who filed a $4 million lawsuit against AKON and requested a court to freeze AKON's assets. Stevens' lawyer described AKON City as, quote, broken promises with almost no transparency about who is investing or how it will be purportedly built. Therefore, AKON City is likely a scam. If you don't believe a U.S. attorney, then maybe you'll believe a retired federal agent, Scott Thomason, who investigated AKON City. He concluded that the city contained, quote, many of the trademark characteristics or red flags of fraudulent business ventures, such as Ponzi and pyramid schemes. AKON's defense is that all of this is speculation or innuendo, but I think the single slab of stone says otherwise. If we use our friend Google Maps, there actually is a place called AKON City in Senegal. However, it's 80 miles north of where it's actually, supposedly, being built. Somewhere in the middle of this arid desert is a single block of greatness where civilization will thrive. You know, it could be this one. Could be this one. It's anyone's game. You know what? Maybe we're being too harsh. Maybe it's up north by this failed rendition of an isosceles triangle, except it's not by the water like the trailer indicated, and this appears to be a salt mine or something. The only problem with these pictures are that this is not in the middle of the desert where the brick was placed. And something tells me they look a little different than the concept art. It's really a shame because it calls into question the other projects that AKON is affiliated with that have supposedly helped African communities. For example, AKON Lighting Africa, which helped provide areas with electricity. In order to really understand AKON City, we need to learn about its monarch. I present to you the Joe Budden podcast, where most recently AKON had this to say about men and women.
The man is who create life.
Every time I say it, they laugh at me.
Man, we're gods. We the ones that create life.
No, to women, I'm saying. Just comes to
right.
I just said it to you the other day.
And let me give you an example of this.
This is who AFRIDAMUS follows. See, they all narcissists. I'm God. Just like narcissist, I'm AFRIDAMUS. I'm the chief of the blacks, and you're not even black. You're not even the same ethnic group we are, but you're gonna march yourself inside of this ethnic group and declare that you're their king. You're our chief. And this man sitting right here talking about he's God. That's, oh Lord, this is crazy.
Science of it. A man right now can create life without a woman, but a woman can't create life without a man.
Okay, does he explain that? Let's see if he's going to explain that, because I want him to explain that.
If I wanted to create life right now without a woman, I would just shoot my sperm, put it in the incubator, and just give it 9 months, even maybe less with today's science. And
an incubator, he need an egg though. See how, y'all, did y'all hear what he said? He said he can put it in an incubator. What he got to have for that? What's got to be inside that incubator? He can't create nothing without a woman. He needs an egg. He needs something. He needs a zygote. He needs an egg from that woman inside that whatever he putting it in. You can't just put his semen in there. It don't work like that, AKON. You really think it work like that?
A baby will be born. A woman can't do that.
Not without an egg, it can't.
And we are the creators of life in actuality.
Wow. Can I lose any more brain cells? At this point, AKON's digging his own grave, and only time will tell if AKON City will actually be completed. I am, however, sure as shit it won't look anything like we saw on the website. That is some wishful thinking. And of course, let's not forget about the bow on top. The fact that you need to use his own cryptocurrency in order to presumably live there. And if you don't, AKON himself will teach you a lesson. AKON, my words of advice are simple. Maybe next time you'll spend less on concept art and more in reality. This world has too many credulous people as is. Scams are everywhere, and if something looks too good to be true, it usually is. A nostalgic A or B-list celebrity mixed with making tons of money is the perfect combination for a scam. For anyone that did give money to AKON for his city, I hope you enjoy your stay. And he wasn't lying when he said it would be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
So,
and let's start off with that.
So, do you know the fact that the FBI was investigating him is very, very serious. Because they're not done. You think they stopped? No, they're not done. And this Ponzi scheme, that's illegal. You can go to jail for that. You can go, not jail, prison. Fed time. Now, when he retired, you think that the feds just stopped investigating him? No. They assigned a new agent. Once you are assigned a FBI agent, guess what? You're assigned that agent for life. They investigate you for life. So this man has played with the wrong people's money. He has played with the wrong people's money, just like AFRIDAMUS want to do. Okay, so let's see what's going on with the city, because there's problems with the city. This is what's going on with the city. So the city was supposed to be, let me put this up here so y'all can see this. So y'all can see what's going on with the city, and then we're going to get off of here. Because I want to get y'all the facts. I'm not like AFRIDAMUS and AKON. So they were supposed to have the first phase done, like he said, in 26. The land they used 500 hectares. I don't know how to say that. Hectares. By the end of the decade, the land belonged to several hundred people who were owed compensation from the Senegalese government. This land is in dispute, you all. This land is not going anywhere. Nothing is going to happen on this land. Okay, and why? Because the government was supposed to pay these people for the use of their land, but they did not. AKON, the government, nobody paid these people for their land. Okay, so their land was just sitting there waiting for these people to pay them, but they never did. So the Senegalese, can y'all see this one? Let me make sure y'all can see this one. Now, this one, what is this one about? So this city initially had the backing of Senegalese outgoing president, Mr. Macky Sall. Okay, President Macky Sall. The Society for Development and the Proclamation for the Cost of Tourist Zones. This is a department there. They loaned the singer $2 million for this project. Okay, so the Senegalese government loaned him $2 million. Now, for $2 million, people, we could have seen something. We should have seen something. According to the local media, SAPCO has sent AKON formal notice that if the project has not advanced by the next year, its contract with him will be terminated. AKON City has also been embroiled in land rights issues. That's what's going on with this situation with him. They did not pay these people. The government is like, okay, you got to next year. You got 1 year left to do this. And then we're pulling out. And once we pull out, then that's it. Once we pull out, then that's it. You know, because he hasn't done a thing. And I'm telling you, this is basically what's his name wants to do. AFRIDAMUS. This is his goal. To play this game that they all play with us. Yeah. To play this game that they all play with us to try to get some money. Now he wants to be the leader, the self-proclaimed leader of the blacks. That's what AFRIDAMUS has proclaimed himself. But as you see, he's taking the lead from AKON. That's what he's doing. And just like AKON gets no money, he gets no money. All right, where are we at? And then we're going to go through these comments, y'all. And then we have to get off of here because tomorrow's Monday. How How much money did Akon get? He got $2 million from the government, but I don't know how much he got in donations. Because remember, Go Black to Africa had gave him some money. So I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know altogether. But we do know he got $2 million from the government, the Senegalese government. But they did not pay the people. That was the problem. They were supposed to pay the people for that land. People were living there. And they're supposed to pay the people for the land, and they're supposed to employ these people, but they didn't do either one. It seems like I read somewhere that a lot of villagers were displaced for this new city as well. I wonder what happened to them. Well, they never paid them. They never paid these people, so I'm not sure. And it's Akon. So, yes, Akon used to be a rapper. Yeah, I saw Bad Consultant and I couldn't believe that. Always read the not so small print. Right. I'm like, what? Yeah, the guy, that video, I thought he was real funny. Places and Spaces says another case of government workers not doing their homework, wasting the citizens' money. Exactly. Lord, the white block is gone. Yeah, somebody took them cinder blocks. They said, shoot, we could build something with them. And they took the land from the villagers. Yes, they did. And they didn't even pay them. They took the land and they did not even pay them. Did not even pay them. But this is the man, AFRIDAMUS is his person he look up to. That's the person he follow. That's the person who say something about us, we supposed to believe it. He's the judgment of all Black people. And we're supposed to believe Akon. This man who has 4 wives and he wants more. He wants more. That's a credibility issue right there. Because that means he has no control over his SEX. He has no control. Every woman he sees, he has to lay down with. That to me is a man that shows no self-control. None whatsoever. And he will tell you that he wants as many wives as he can have. He says he's not, and that's not even in Islam, that you can have as many wives as you want because you're rich. It doesn't say that. He's only allowed to have 4, but he doesn't follow Islam. He does what he wants to do. He's like AFRIDAMUS. They do what they want to do. They have no rules. So is this what, no, not her. Go Black. It was Go Black to Africa, not for Black. Go back to Africa. You know the man, Go Back to Africa, him. I had that feeling Black Americans have a beef with Akon because of what he said about them. Yeah, how do you talk about people like that? That's why I said that's so rude to go to somebody's home and sit up in their home and then talk trash about them. If you don't like them, don't listen to them. If you don't like the way the rappers look, don't go to their concerts. I don't understand. I'm going to go to your house and I'm going to talk about you in your house. I'm not going to go to your house. Stephanie said, yeah, go back. It's Go Black, Stephanie, not Go Back. Go Black, not for Black. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. All right. I know he loves putting himself out there like some kind of expert. I mean, yeah, he does. He's another one. Well, darn, with all these many wives as he supposedly has or had, anyone remember that? You think he'd know life is created? No, he has a lot of wives and he wants more, honey. He wants more. Yeah, he is, because he's making crazy moves, because he's making moves that the government can trace. Yep. Wait, did he say he doesn't need a one? Can you believe that's how ignorant he is? That's how ignorant he is. He said you can just put it in a little, and a baby will be born. Does he really think that there's no egg in there? Does he really think that? Does he really think that his sperm cell can just create a baby by itself? This man is an idiot. But you see who's following him, don't you? Yep, Edra says, yep, he's silly, and he's a silly thief, right? That's a crying shame and stealing land. Yeah, they did. They took them people's land and they didn't pay them. And there's nothing. Then they promised them people all those jobs and there's no jobs. Senegal has no extradition treaty with U.S. Oh, it doesn't? Oh, so that's why he's probably there. But he ain't there. He's in the United States. He's still here. He doesn't live there. He lives here. But when the heat comes down, let's see what happens. If the FBI decided that it is a Ponzi scheme, because remember, I think he's got till next year. And then the Senegalese government is pulling out. Yeah, the Senegalese government is pulling out. Black Americans basically did the same thing. Ancestral farming land from their villagers, taking ancestral farming land. Oh, I'm sorry. Stephanie said Black Acres did the same, taking ancestral farming land from the villagers. That's exactly what they did. That's exactly. And you see how AKON has not got anywhere on that project? You see Black Acres they just scooting along. Sarah Kunda, like I told y'all earlier in the video, they would give them hardly nothing. They didn't want to give them nothing. They went home. They drove all the way out from Seafold to Sarah Kunda, which is a long way, early in the morning, only to turn right back around with them vegetables and go back home because those vegetables were no good. Yeah, I couldn't talk about them this weekend, y'all. I was too tired. I was exhausted, but I'm gonna get them Saturday. We're gonna talk about them Saturday. We're gonna talk about this because this is really going to be a problem for repats who's going to Gambia with their kids or going to Africa with their kids. Well, he's Muslim. They can marry 4, but he already has 4 and he wants more. So you see, we've talked about that man, AFRIDAMUS. And we've talked about the people that he follow. AKON. He's basically trying to con us just like AKON did. So you got to be careful, people. You just got to be careful. Everybody does not have your best interest at heart. And like I told you when I first started on here, when I first came on here today, I said, when you want to know something about somebody, go through their channel. Go through their channel and see what they're about. Don't believe anything people tell you. Go look and see what they do. Go look and see what they say. And still, you can't believe what they say. You got to watch what they do. All right, so that's what I wanted to make you aware of, that this man is out just trying to get our money when he really, really cannot stand us. He detests us. So how can, just like Duke Jackson said, is that his name? O'Shea Duke Jackson. Just like he said, how can you, if you want these people's money, you can't talk about people and then come and ask them for money. It just doesn't work like that. It just doesn't work like that. You cannot talk about us and then come and ask us for money, sir, and beg to us for money, and then assert yourself as some kind of authority over us. We don't even know you, sir. We don't even know who you are. You have no authority over us, and we won't be donating anything to your AFRIDAMUSVILLE. So good luck with that one. Now, next week, we're going to talk about something really important. And this is really about Black Acres. And it's about an issue that's going to affect a lot of repats. It's the empty nest syndrome. That's going to happen. A lot of people went there with their kids, y'all. Those kids are going to reach of age. And I didn't even think about it until I saw Black Acres video about the kids wanting to leave. And I'm like, oh my God, that's going to hit a lot of people hard because, see, they expected those kids to farm that land. Rick and Cynthia can't do that. That's like me going to Gambia expecting my niece and my 2 sons to farm that land. They're not going to do that. Honey, my youngest son might do it for a little bit, like Rasta did. Rasta, what's the boy's name? Rasta man, Raheem, like him, and James for a little bit, but no, he ain't gonna do it forever. And the oldest one ain't gonna do it at all. And beautiful, honey, she gonna complain the entire time. So that is definitely not gonna happen with her. But these are issues that we really got to look at. The kids are gonna want to leave just like they leave home here. They're going to leave home in Africa. And how are you going to face that? When you built your dream and tried to make your dream their dream. And I really feel sorry for Rick and Cynthia. I really, truly do, because I don't know how they're going to do any of that by themselves. I don't. And they're out there on that land by themselves, 25 acres. I don't even know how many, 26 acres. That's too many acres to be alone. And you don't even speak the language. At least that little boy, well, he's not little boy, the young man, at least Doug could hear. Doug knew when they was talking. So Rick and Cynthia don't know what they talking about. This is bad, y'all. This is really, really bad. This is bad. So we got to talk about this. We got to talk about this, because this is something that's going to impact so many repats in the Gambia. Yes, I told Rakita that this land thing is her parents' dream, and it is. That girl is young. She wants to do makeup. If she was here in the United States, she could go to a makeup school. The government would pay for it. She could go to a makeup school. She could do go and do internships with these studios where you put makeup on people. They have those opportunities here. It is not fair to want them to try to make them live your dream. And I really feel bad for Rick and Cynthia. I really feel bad. I think one came back already. I'm going to look and see. I hope they did, because they need them. These people hustling online, probably putting anything away for retirement. They're going to be screwed if they live too old or age. Yeah, they are, because they don't have nothing for retirement. No, she said probably not put anything away for retirement. They probably didn't. And they're getting old. And I don't know how they're going to make it. I don't know, because I know donations have dried up. So I'm not sure how Rick and Cynthia are making it now. But we're going to talk about that next week. I'm going to go look on their channel. I'm so glad to be back at Black Acres, y'all. Y'all just don't know. I've been gone from Black Acres for so long. I feel so good going back home to Black Acres. But look, next week, we're going to have a good time, because we're going to talk about Black Acres. Yes, can't wait for Black video. So much energy. Yes, I cannot wait to go back to Black Acres. I cannot wait to talk about them again. Y'all, you know what I tell people? I know. I said I crack myself up. I'll just be sitting around and I'll just burst out and start laughing because I crack myself up. So look, next week, y'all, we're gonna laugh, but we're gonna be serious too. Because look at Summers in Africa. Look at all them kids she got. And see, she got those teenagers. Those teenagers are going to get tired of that life. They're going to get tired of that. And what's going to happen when they want to come back home? So we're going to talk about that. All right, y'all, I'm getting ready to go. It was nice to spend time with y'all. And I will see y'all next week. All right. See you next week.